Yep, Charlemagne the God.
Andrew Schultz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots, and this week's episode of the Brilliant Idiots is brought to you by Squarespace. No matter what you do, it's a good idea to have a website to bring it all back to. So let Squarespace help you build it. Whether you need a beautiful photo gallery, the appearance of a professional blog, or an online store, it's all included in your Squarespace website. Start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter offer code IDIOT to get 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace sets your website apart.
The Brilliant Idiots is also brought to you by Bevel.
Oh, shit.
Today, we doubling up on these pre-rolls. Okay, Chris Moreau.
What that check gonna look like, Chris?
Okay, Chris. Stop stealing our money. Bevel is the first and only shaving system designed for people with coarse, curly hair and sensitive skin. Bevel is dermatologist approved to prevent and reduce razor bumps, so you can be confident knowing your skin doesn't look like doo-doo. And Bevel wants you to look your best, so they're giving you the first month of your Bevel subscription free. Go to getbevel.com/idiots and sign up today. That's GETBEVEL.com/idiots to get the first month of your Bevel subscription for free. Start shaving smart today with Bevel. Let's start the show.
I want to salute Syracuse University. I was out there this week. The National Association of Black Journalists and the Kappas, they bought me out. I'm not going to front. I love when I go talk at schools.
Kappas.
Yeah.
Do they have their canes and shit?
They didn't have their canes. But
no canes.
I love when I go talk at schools because they make you feel so important when you talk at a school.
Yeah.
Like they had the whole auditorium and they had like a trailer of like my interviews and things that I've been on.
Yeah.
And like these kids really want to learn because this is a journalism school. Like some of the best journalists in the world have come out of Syracuse.
All ESPN goes to Syracuse.
Really?
In order to work at ESPN, pretty much you got to go to Syracuse.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the best
Dick Clark,
journalism school in the country.
Bob Costas, Dick Clark, yeah.
Best journalism, period? Yeah, I thought it was just sports, but Paige is saying journalism, period.
Okay, well, I take that back. No other school's going to be able to top that. And that's why, now I understand why they were so into what it is that I do.
Absolutely.
And it was just dope. I love people that want information, and I love watching. I like that energy from these kids, man. And it's like they're not thinking the way that we were thinking when we were younger.
What were they asking you?
I mean, just all type of questions about radio, TV. But like what I liked about it, you had kids out there that want to be like directors and producers and, creative writers. Right. They weren't just, I want to be on TV. I want to do radio. Like just one young lady, her name is Kami. She was actually the moderator. She's 18. She's told me she wants to redefine what it is to be a media superstar.
Oh, shit.
That just shit sounded dope.
Did you ask her to elaborate on that?
No, I didn't have time. I just knew that.
Well, she'll be doing porno.
Nah,
shout out to Kami.
Nah, she got a future. She was a good moderator. But salute to Syracuse and salute to I was in DC also, and they had a Millennial Week. So I spoke at Millennial Week in DC, and that was good. It was like the same. It wasn't at a school, but it was like the same type of setup.
But what is Millennial Week? Because I don't know what that is.
Well, it's like it's a group called Collectively Yours out of DC, and they do these different events. They call it Millennial Week, where all the millennials come, and they just have various programs for the millennials to attend. So like it might be somebody over here speaking about radio, somebody over here speaking about entrepreneurship, just different things like that. And you can go to whatever panel you want to during the day. But you have
to be a millennial.
Yeah, pretty much. You got to be a millennial.
They check your ID to make sure you're under 30 or something like that?
I don't know if did it have something to do with a school page? I don't know. Yeah. Okay, yeah. You got to register. Page, you got to register. You had to be a student, something like that. But that was fun too. It was fun. It was just fun because I love talking to the youth because that's what helped me get to where I was when I had people in positions that were giving me game. Like I feel like once you get to a certain position, it's your duty to return that favor and pay it forward by passing what you have learned thus far on to the next generation. Because even though I'm still learning every day, I still learn from the Steve Harveys of the world, the Ryan Seacrest, all of those guys. I'm still learning every day, but I pass on, what I've already learned to that next generation. I was just having a conversation with this young man named Joe Ed who works at Revolt. One of the most cosmetically challenged people you ever see in your life.
Joe Ed?
His name's Joe Ed.
Dominican?
Haitian. Haitian.
Okay.
Yes, I mean, and he looks like he swam over here from Haiti. Well, no, he looks like he ran over here from Haiti. Like he's like 20-something years old, but he looks like he's had a hard life.
Well, he's Haitian.
It
ain't easy out there,
no, you don't understand. Let me show you a picture,
let me see
you understand
guy.
exactly
What's his
what
Twitter?
I'm talking about.
This is.
He does have a Twitter. Joed looks like the monster from Jeepers Creepers.
Let me see it. Jesus. He's Stranger Things?
This is Joed. This is Joed.
That guy right there?
He's like 24.
I don't think he's that ugly. What are you talking about?
Say ugly. I just think he looked like he had a hard life.
No.
Come on, bro.
Okay, he looks slightly older for a black dude. But
24.
Yeah, but you're judging on black aging system.
That is true.
If this guy was white, you'd be like, no, he's good looking 24-year-olds. Yeah, his skin looks great. Everything's good. Hairline's on point. Yeah, everything's perfect.
But he's a Kappa.
He does not look like a Kappa.
There you go. That's what I was trying to get at.
He does not look like a Kappa. No. That is not a Kappa right there. That's what I
was trying to get at.
That's a Q dog right there. That's what that is.
Hard-faced Q dog.
That's a hard-faced. Where your burns at?
On his face. Look at his face. Look at all those craters on his face.
I want to know what school they're just letting anybody be a Kappa.
But this guy has extreme confidence. Like, he has a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
He was introducing me to this guy from London. That's his man who does tech. He got a social media app. And so after I talked to the guy, I tell the dude I want to be involved. We're like, yo, let's all take a picture. I'm like, no, that's your problem. You don't know how to make a connection and get out the way. You want to be all in the videos, all on the pictures. You're going to take a picture and put some long Instagram caption talking about out here making moves. We next. Watch us do. Like, shut the fuck up. All right? Like, relax. I don't like that. I don't like people who don't know how to put the weed in the bag for us. To me, that's overstepping the whole process of just, let's see where this goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't signed up yet. I told him I'm interested. Let's see what the next step is, talking to my management, and let's see if we can figure this thing out. Like, don't just jump out the window with the picture like we all in business together. Like, relax.
Did you feel weird? Like, did you feel like that could have potentially embarrassed him when you said that, or did you not care?
I didn't care.
At what point, all right, here's my question. At what point do you put, like, what you want to say and your feeling in the moment over someone else's potential embarrassment?
Never. Not if it's trying to benefit them. Not if it's something that can help.
So you'll say something that's on your mind.
Yes.
If it can help somebody.
Absolutely.
Because then it's therapeutic to you because you get it out of your head, and then it's beneficial to that person.
To them. My first reaction is for them. Like, I'm doing it for them.
So when you told him he's ugly, it was like, this is for he needs.
Well, that's just jokes. Like,
no, you were like, this guy's too confident for his face.
Yeah, his face does. I told him, like, your face makes me uncomfortable. I told him, like,
he looks like your cousin Tony.
Nah,
they do. At
Tony
first,
got an old face too. Though.
He does.
Tony got an old
it's
face.
A rough life.
Yeah, he does.
The dirt roads.
Yeah, Tony got an old face too. But what I was trying to explain to Joed was you have to learn to play your position.
Yeah,
like you learn more by saying
your
less
advice,
and listening more.
Yeah, your advice is 100% right. I admire people who, and I know this sounds fucked up, but who don't have a lot of empathy, because sometimes I find myself too empathetic. Like, I want to say something to somebody, but I'm like, man, that could really embarrass them and might hurt their feelings. Like, one of the things I love about stand-up is I get to have no empathy. Yeah, I get to be a savage with an audience. I get to say whatever I want. And in the moment, it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
But on a person-to-person interaction or in small groups and that kind of stuff, saying something like that to him, like when he asked for a picture in front of this guy who could potentially be his friend, I would be like, fuck, maybe I can embarrass him. I don't want to make him feel bad, this, that, the other. But you don't do that.
Yeah, well, I don't. Well, I take this back. It's different approaches for different people.
Okay.
Like, certain people, like, I'll hear certain
You'll
things.
feel his energy before you.
Yeah, but if I'm around and I hear something and I don't like something, like, I'll pull certain people to the side. But certain people learn different. Like
for example,
with certain people, you can pull to the side and tell them you don't like something, you don't like how they're moving, and they'll get it. Other people, you have to
do it publicly. Because that's the only way.
That's the only way
they'll learn.
Because now when they display that behavior, other people will see it and be like, yo, you are a little thirsty, bro. Like, yo, get out the way. Didn't you hear what Charlamagne told you the other day? Like, so you have to do that.
So how do you decide who is who?
I think it's just on a case-by-case basis. For me, it's just simple.
So with Joed, you knew he needed the public flacking.
Yeah, I think so. Because he's just too extra with it publicly.
Huh? Is he here? Should we have?
No, we're not giving him no shot. No. You're not getting no. See, that's just encouraging the shit. See, that's just encouraging the bullshit.
I gotta look ugly. That's how I get it.
That's just encouraging the bullshit. Now you're giving him shine. Now he's on his shouting out his Twitter page. And his favorite line. This is when you know somebody's insecure. By the way,
okay, go.
You clown somebody on their looks and their favorite line is, "I get bitches though. I get numbers. I bet you I get your girl." Shut up. Like, stop it. Okay, relax. Cosmetic challenge, guy.
What do you say when they tell you you're cosmetically challenged?
Nothing.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
What you mean?
You're not supposed to like me.
No, that's different.
How is that different?
Because I get it when I'm walking down the street and it's a little 15-year-old and they don't know what kind of mood I'm in. Like, you got to be nice to people because you don't know what somebody could be going through. Right? So if I'm walking down the street, I'm going to tell you something. Every time a little boy did that to me, I have not been in the best of moods.
So it's
right? Okay? It always catch me at the wrong times with that shit. All right?
So you're saying age is important. Like, don't insult my looks if I can't legally fuck you anyway. Is that what you're trying?
Don't insult my looks when I'm not in the mood for my looks to be insulted. And they always doing it when I'm on the phone. And when on the phone, you can't really get that good comeback. Yo, Charlamagne, you ugly in person. Yo, hold on 1 second. Who the fuck you think cute, bro?
You finished it. You finished the text.
You gotta put the phone on me.
Be right back.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Who the fuck you think cute, bro? What man you think cute? You know? I swear to God, that's the only time I'm tempted to ever scream the F word at somebody.
Really?
Yeah, I swear
you really let it out?
Listen, that F word that rhymes with maggot be about to come off my tongue so much.
You gotta hold it. You gotta hold it. Don't let it out. Because there's gonna be somebody there.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
But it's just like that's the only word that is right for that moment.
Shut it down.
For that moment.
Shut it down.
Yo, Charlamagne, you ugly in person. Yo, what the fuck? Hold on, man. What man you think cute? Maggot? I'm serious, man. It's ugly, man.
You can't even say the word. You cannot say the word anymore in public.
What happened this week, bro?
Shit, man. I had shows in New York at Gotham Comedy Club.
Okay.
And Gotham's in New York City, so it was cool. And the first show, Friday at 8 o'clock, this was kind of crazy. I show up. And they're like, hey, there might be some surprise guests on the show. And I was
I saw this on Twitter. Do tell.
That shit was crazy. And I was like, all right, whatever, because I understand that happens. And fucking George Wallace and Jerry Seinfeld.
Now, I know a lot of people don't know who George Wallace is. I definitely know who George Wallace is.
Okay, well, you know.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I know George just from being a stand-up. Right, but obviously George has been in entertainment for years.
Yeah, I can't think of no defining role that I could even describe
Vegas,
Wallace with.
Mr. Vegas.
What movie was that?
No, like he was in Vegas. He was one of the guys doing acts in Vegas for fucking years. I think he's still in Vegas. But him and Jerry Seinfeld have been friends for years. But here was the crazy thing. So they came. They showed up. They didn't ask me if they could go on or anything like that.
Fuck no. Why the fuck would I ask you if I can go on to Jerry Seinfeld or George Wallace?
I said to the audience, I was like, they grabbed that show by the pussy. They walked in like billionaires do, and they grabbed that show by the pussy.
Did they know you?
And no, but George Wallace was the fucking nicest dude. I go up and I thanked Jerry and George were right there, right? They're sitting next to each other, and I go and I was like, "Hey guys, I just want to say it's an honor to have you guys on the show. Like, I'm about the experience." Right? Like,
I don't believe you said that. I believe you walked up to them and said, I think it's an honor that y'all are on my show.
No, I swear to God in my life, man. The humility was pouring out because I think about it like this. Like, here I got fans that come out and support me, right? Yeah. Which is the fucking already the biggest honor, right? And then they get to come out to a show and see fucking George Wallace and Jerry Seinfeld, so I'm gassed.
Did you take the credit for it?
Fuck yes.
Okay, there you go.
Of course I lied to those motherfuckers. I was like, I made a phone call. You know what I mean?
You never know what can happen at the Young Heavy show.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. So anyway, so I walk up and then George Wallace goes, "Oh, Andrew, how you doing?" Knows my name. He goes, "Yeah, I was looking up yesterday. I saw there was this picture with you in the wings. Where'd you take that picture?" Like he made he looked at one picture, but he really made a personal connection, right? Yeah. And I really appreciated that. And I looked at Jerry and I was like, "Hey man, thanks so much for doing the show." Didn't even look at me. Walked into the room.
Really?
Could not have been more dismissive of me.
You should have said, "Jerry, I know Wale." He'd be like, "Oh."
Shit, I ripped him when I went on stage.
No.
Oh, yeah. For like 5 minutes, I made fun of Jerry.
Was he there?
No, I'm sure they just left immediately after the set. But like Jerry got up not because he was a dick, because I have to address the fact that they're in the room. But Jerry was wearing these horrible fucking sneakers, and I just shit on him. I was like, "How do you know Wale? Give him a fucking phone call. Get something." I mean, it was disgusting. Also, Jerry's 62. He's aging better than George Wallace, which was fascinating.
You would age better if you've been making probably $80 million for the past 10 years for no reason. How long Seinfeld been off the air? Minimum.
Yeah,
Right. Kevin Hart just passed Seinfeld as the richest comedian this year. Yeah. Seinfeld has been becoming, and he's not even richer as far as net worth.
No,
I'm just talking about annual.
Yeah.
This year, Kevin Hart passed Seinfeld. Seinfeld is not even an active comedian. Think about that.
Yeah.
He's not even active. He's not movies.
He's not touring.
He's not doing TV. He's not doing touring.
Yeah.
He's making that off Seinfeld
horizontal
reruns
money.
And shit.
They call it.
Yeah. God. Who gives a fuck what you're wearing?
You want to hear some? I mean, it was important to me to make fun of him. But I'll tell you what was dope is both of them fucking wanted it, right? George went in. George is funny as fuck. He went in.
Hilarious.
Seinfeld goes up next, and it was a packed crowd, and it was young. It was the fucking youth, and there was like young, cool people in the audience, and you could tell, here's this 62-year-old Jewish guy, but you could tell he knew it was young, cool people.
Seinfeld was 62.
Dude, he looks incredible for 62. It's unbelievable. He's the white Morgan Freeman. It's unbelievable what he's doing. Yeah. So he gets up there, and he starts kind of like pushing, and bro, the voice came out. He was doing like he was doing all the art. When Chris Rock does it, he was doing his version of that shit. Like he was he was really going for it. It was just beautiful to see somebody at that level. I guarantee if it was an audience of 70-year-olds in the fucking Catskills, white people, he'd just fucking phone it in. Yeah. But he wanted this shit. The youth brought it out, man.
Comedy's his passion. You never lose your funny. Like when we had Tracy Morgan on the show last week, it's like he talked about losing his funny as if it was an organ.
Yeah.
Like he literally was like, I didn't lose my funny. He was like, that's what Tina Fey said to him. You didn't lose your funny. Like he talked about it like it was a limb or something.
Yeah.
Like it's something that you could possibly lose.
Yeah.
I guess Seinfeld goes up there to make sure he don't ever lose his funny.
Oh, it's the biggest fear.
Was he funny though? Like,
oh yeah, it was funny, dude. He got up the first thing.
Like, was he really funny, or if it wasn't Seinfeld?
Funny.
Okay.
Funny.
So that material would have been funny regardless who delivered it.
Funny.
Okay.
He goes up there. Now here's the thing. Seinfeld is not okay, I'll tell you after. But like he goes up there, the first thing he goes, guys, this is very exciting for you.
Dope.
Right? He goes, a lot of people would say, that I could be anywhere in the world. And I could. I don't have to be here with you guys right now.
I love it.
And then he goes into like this whole thing about how, he's still in these shitty little clubs. Now this is Gotham. This is like, in my opinion, the best headliner club in New York City, right?
But Seinfeld could buy it.
It's a shitty fucking... And he goes in and he just does... God, I forget some of his stuff. He talked about great things about how being old, you could just not care anymore. Like when he's like 60 is the best age because you just don't... Like you actually speak to people how you want to speak to them.
Yeah, I can't wait.
It made you be excited to be 60. Like when someone goes, you want to go to the... He goes, you want to go to the street festival? And he didn't even answer. He just waved his hand in front of him. He just goes, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it was just this beautiful.
I did not know Seinfeld was fucking 62.
Bro,
that's 3 years of being a senior citizen.
Oh, yeah. He's AARP.
What the fuck,
dude? And looks incredible. Wearing skinny jeans and fucking white Nike running shoes that were horrible.
He's Seinfeld, though.
He could get away with that.
That's a dope line, though. Jay-Z did that to Kevin Hart. Jay-Z went to Kevin Hart's show at the Garden when Kevin first showed at the Garden. And he goes, how you feel? How you feel about the night, man? Big night for you. And Kev goes, yeah, first time selling out the Garden. I can't believe it. Jay-Z put his hand on his shoulder and goes, no. I was talking about me being here. That's a different level of boss, bro.
Yeah.
That's a different level. What the fuck else happened this week, man?
It was just, I don't know.
I feel like I was off the radar all week long because I was running through schools and shit.
Well, you were on the road a lot.
Nikki, what happened with Nikki?
You did an interview with Nicki Minaj?
Nicki Minaj. Yeah, Nicki.
So you guys are cool again or no?
I never was not cool with Nikki.
She was not cool with you?
She wasn't cool with me. You know what I'm saying? I keep telling y'all, people don't like when you have an objective opinion about things. But I think, of course. Nikki's a woman. She's a grown woman. She understands. I hope she understands I don't mean no harm. I've never said anything in malice towards Nikki. I just gave my opinion. When Iggy Azalea had Fancy for 6 weeks in a row, I'm like, yo, I think she should win best, female of the year rapper at the BET Awards. I just felt like that was hers at that moment.
Yeah.
And I didn't like Anaconda. But other than that, that's two things that I don't like. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Anaconda still did great. So what the hell does what I say matter?
Well, dude, that's the world we live in. Is nobody wants opinions that they don't like anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
That is literally the problem with America right now. There's all this, oh yeah, we want freedom. Yeah. Oh yeah? Well then how about freedom for me to tell you your fucking song sucks?
Yeah.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
That goes along with it.
I get it though. I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? If you're an artist, you remember when Erykah Badu said, I'm an artist, so I'm sensitive about my shit?
Oh, the most sensitive.
Yeah, so you constantly hearing critique from various people about your music, and online you can't respond to everybody,
dude. And
you probably don't want to respond to everybody. So if you actually know a person, like Nicki knows me, she's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, why would you do this?
So I get it, you know. But I listen. I love Nicki. I've always been a fan of Nicki as an artist, and what she's doing business wise is really dope.
Yeah,
and the fact that she's still going. Like a lot of people would say, would want to write her off as a flash in the pan, but Nicki's
no, because Nicki could always rap.
She's a brand, and she can always rap. That's the most important thing. Yeah. Nicki can rap. And she showed us that with that Young M.A. freestyle. She can rap,
dude. If you have an actual skill, you won't be a flash in the pan.
Yeah,
right. Like if there are people who can shoot a basketball.
Yeah,
and they'll be in the league for fucking 12 years. Yeah. They're not great. Nicki happens to be a great rapper.
Absolutely.
But if you have an actual skill, you can make a career out of it. It's those people who don't have a skill, they become the flash in the pans. It's the people who don't have anything to I mean, Britney Spears has a career, but there are probably a lot of artists like Britney who maybe aren't the best singers, maybe aren't the best dancers, maybe aren't the best whatever.
White people got to stop making Britney Spears work, bro. Y'all got to stop pushing that on America.
I mean, we need somebody.
It's done.
We need someone. Who are we going to have?
Y'all got plenty.
Who?
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry's not white.
What is Katy?
Christian.
Okay. Like Britney's done, bro. But salute to Nicki. I got love for Nicki. I had to ask her, who twerks better, her or Safari? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Have you seen Safari twerk videos?
What? You never seen Safari twerk?
Oh no, that's right. But then that was like the Jamaican thing where that's what Jamaican guys do or something
man,
like that.
That patois and that goddamn pop lock can be working, yo. Safari twerks better than Nicki, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but who would you want to be in front of you?
What, in a twerk contest?
Yeah.
Nicki, of course.
Yeah, so she wins.
Yeah, she wins because she's a woman.
Exactly.
But what if you're bisexual? All right, and you're looking at it, come on now. And you're like, who would you rather twerk for, you, Safari or Nicki?
Yeah. You'd be like, get over here, maggot.
That's a tough Listen. By the word, listen, we're going too far with this maggot thing. I would like to make the distinction that I think it's the difference between maggots and gay people.
Don't do the blacks and the N-word thing. Don't do that shit.
I'm be honest with you. I think it's a difference, personally. I think it's a difference.
Okay, which
is? I think gay people would tell you that, too.
Which is?
I just think it's a difference. Like the same way it's a difference between niggas and black people.
Yeah.
I think it's a difference between maggots and gay people.
Now, would you be okay with white people referring to the N-I-G-G-E-Rs as N-I-G-G-E-Rs?
They can say niggas. I'm saying maggots. I haven't said the word. I don't use that word. I don't think it's a good word to use.
But isn't it not the word? Isn't it the context behind it?
Yeah, but when I'm walking down the street and a little 15-year-old boy goes, yo, Charlamagne, you ugly. And my first thought in my mind is to pop off and say that word to him is because I'm trying to really hurt him. Yeah. I want to be as hurtful as possible, okay?
So it's like, it's not that you don't like gay people. It's you're looking at him like he probably wouldn't like gay people.
That's a good way to look at it.
Right? So
that's a good way to look at it.
So it's like, I know you're, like, for example, if I know a dude's Jamaican, right? I'm not going to say guaranteed he doesn't like gay people, but if he's from Jamaica, there's probably a good chance.
There's nothing more insulting you can call a Jamaican than Bati Boy.
Bati Boy. Right?
Oh, it cuts him deep.
Cuts him real deep.
Listen, that's a good point you bring up, because I never understood when people call you pussy as a hurtful word. If I actually like pussy, why are you calling me something that I enjoy and something that you enjoy as well?
Because yes, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. And I've heard the whole argument like why do somebody with balls, why are they brave, but someone with pussy isn't? When balls, if you touch them, you're going to fucking fall over crying. And pussy, you can beat the shit out of it and nothing's going to happen, right? But at the same time, balls are what's attached to a man, and men back in the day would go fight wars, and pussy is what's attached to a woman. And back in the day, I guess they were emotional.
But we still love pussy. Like, that's not an insult.
Shit, I love a lot of things. I don't want you to call me it.
But you can't walk up on me and be like, yo, fuck you, steak.
What if somebody...
I love steak.
Yeah. Like, but what if somebody called you like cheesecake?
I love cheesecake.
So what if it was like, what's up, cheesecake?
The fuck you mean by cheesecake,
Yeah, exactly.
Bro?
Who called me no cheesecake? What's up, Oreo cheesecake?
I don't like cheesecake. That sounds like you about to get raped.
We almost did it, Chris. Chris, we almost did it. We almost did it. Son, you should have seen Charlamagne's eyes. Charlamagne's eyes before he said that. He stopped. He did the Scooby-Doo picture on the wall eyes where you look both sides and dropped that R word.
Chris was like, no!
He did the fucking voice in the hood.
All right, let's pay some bills, man.
Oh.
Today's episode of Brilliant Idiots is brought to you by our newest sponsor, ZipRecruiter. Are you hiring? Do you know where to post your job to find the best candidates? Posting your job in one place isn't enough to find quality candidates. If you want to find the perfect hire, you need to post your job on all the top job sites, and now you can. With ZipRecruiter.com, you can post your job to 100 plus job sites, including social media networks like Facebook and Twitter, all with a single click.
That's absolutely sure. Okay, absolutely true. Find candidates in any city of industry nationwide. Just post once and watch your qualified candidates roll in to ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use interface. No juggling emails or calls to your office. Quickly screen candidates, rate them, and then hire them right there. Okay? In person, fast. Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by over 1 million businesses. When Brilliant Idiots gets around to hiring its first official fact checker, which we'll never do, because it will ruin this show.
Who the fuck cares about facts?
We'll definitely use ZipRecruiter. And right now, our listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/idiots. That's ZipRecruiter.com/idiots. One more time. Try for free. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/idiots. Hey, huge thank you to everybody who came out to the shows at Gotham Comedy Club this last weekend. Next weekend, this Friday and Saturday, I'm going to be at in Nashville, Tennessee. Hesitation Tour coming to Zany's Comedy Club this Friday and Saturday, okay? Thursday, I'll be doing a college gig. Where's this college gig? Methodist University, all right? That's in North Carolina. So if you want to come to that, and I don't even know if it's open to the public, but, you know, I don't give a fuck. Just pull up. Sneak into that bitch. Who cares? Also, we got some Brilliant Idiots live shows. We're going to be at the Now Hear This Festival, and that is the 29th. So you can go to nowhearthisfest.com, is it? And you can get tickets for that. Make sure you come fuck with us. I think the show's like 3:30 p.m. It's going to be daytime. It's going to get silly. So we'll smoke some legal weed, etc. And then we're also going to come up to Boston. We're going to be in at the Wilbur Theater on Saturday, December 3rd, okay? You can go get tickets for that right now, probably at my website, theandrewschultz.com, or the Wilbur Theater's website, which is, wilburtheater.com probably or some shit. I don't know, Google it. But, yeah, and I got other shows that are available on my website, so make sure you check that out. But Nashville, I'll see you this weekend. All right. And one more show, Toronto. The tickets are going to be available for the Toronto show when this podcast drops, okay? So I will be there December 10th, okay? 12-10, I'll be at Comedy Bar, okay? You can go get the tickets at comedybar.ca. That's comedybar.ca, and I'll be doing shows there. So just make sure you go get tickets to that shit, all right? It's going to be one day. I think I might be doing 2 shows, but go get tickets for that shit. All right, thanks a lot. Back to the show. Oh, I wanted to tell you this. I've been thinking a lot this past week.
That's always dangerous.
I know it's dangerous. I know, but I have been thinking a lot because there was an outcry of apologies from Philadelphia. Basically because I said I needed personal apologies for me to lift the Hezi curse. And as you know, the Eagles have lost 2 weeks in a row ever since I put the hex on them in the first place. And there's an outcry of apologies. And I was like, you know what? I appreciate this. I'm considering lifting it. I'm considering lifting the apology. And then this morning, I'm lifting the curse, right? Okay. And because it'd been 2 weeks, I was like, I punished you enough. You don't need any more. But this morning, I look at my Instagram and I get this Instagram comment. This is from Ayedice, Ayedice. After we run your ass off in 215, we going to gangbang your mom after your funeral.
Holy shit.
And then T_Poppy_ said, Ayedice, Philly gangbang Schultz mom, I'm in.
Holy shit. There you go.
The curse is going on another week. There's one more week. It's going to be one more week, Philly.
They're selling tickets to your mom's gangbang in Philly, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Schultz Mom's gangbang and buffet. Come meet us at...
You was arguing with Jazzy Jeff's son.
Who?
That's what they said on Twitter.
Oh, that was his son?
Somebody told me he was arguing with his son. I forgot what his ad name was, but they was like...
I didn't know it was his son. I was wondering why he was so passionate.
Yes, they said you was arguing with his son. I didn't see the argument. Somebody
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was one of them. I was arguing with lots of people, but now I want a personal apology from you. What's his son's name?
I don't even know. Like somebody.
The Eagles aren't going to win again until I lift the curse. Next week, it's guaranteed lost because you already shot yourself in the foot.
Now, Philly, I'm going to be honest with you. You're on your own with this one. I have no reason to defend this because I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. We're 5-1 right now.
Hey.
I don't give a fuck what happens with the Eagles.
Can I ask you a question, though? Didn't Petey Crack come on to the Breakfast Club, and didn't you guys ask him what the deal with Philly is? And didn't he say you got to get some money and get the fuck out? So this is Philly's own. Philly's own talking about Philly, because I had people hit me up. Yeah. Philly's own talking about Philly, and what they said immediately was, yo, you got to get some money and get the fuck out, because if you stay in Philly, it's going to break. And that's all I said. I said there's talent in Philly, but you got to get the fuck out of Philly because there's a curse that's even greater than the Hezzy that's on Philly.
I mean, there's always been talks of a Philly curse, but I feel like it's a lot of artists that have defied that. I look at guys like, salute to my man Gilly the Kid. I saw Gilly put up an Instagram video this week, and he was like, who said we don't stick together? Charlamagne? What's up? And he showed like 20 different people. It was Freeway. It was a bunch of them just sitting in the studio breaking bread together.
You don't know.
And I thought that was dope.
That was Freeway. It could have just been any dude with a beard.
No, it definitely was Freeway. It was Freeway.
Okay.
It was Freeway. Salute to Freeway.
First of all, salute to Freeway. I do like Freeway a lot.
But it's just like, yo, I like the fact that they are trying to be the city of brotherly love for real. But you cannot deny the fact that on certain occasions, it is certain people in Philly who make it seem like what the fuck is going on, bro?
Yeah.
Like it's always, and I guess it's not fair to judge. It's really not. It's not fair to judge the whole Philadelphia rap scene based on the actions of a few. But when you see, State Property going at Beanie, Meek going at Beanie, or Beanie going at Meek, whatever it was, Cassidy and Meek at one point, like it just always seems
everybody going at each other.
It just always seems like it's some type of turmoil, but it's good to see certain Philly artists sticking together. But I guess it's like that everywhere.
Here's my question.
To a certain extent.
Here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
In Cali, has this happened? I don't know enough.
Absolutely.
So was there a lot of internal beef in Cali?
Absolutely.
Like, for example, like right now, who doesn't get along in Cali?
I mean, I don't know about right now, but you can go back to the whole NWA era when it was freaking NWA versus Ice Cube. When Ice Cube left the group and they started going back and forth with each other. When Dre left the group.
Dre, of course.
And then Dre and Easy was going back and forth with each other. Like, it's always been that.
But now, it seems like Cali's kind of united, right? I don't think there's that much beef. It's not like...
I mean, now I'm sure it's Michelle A versus Death Row. I'm sure they got issues after that fucking Lifetime movie that came out this
I turned
weekend.
on, randomly, the shit came on my TV.
Yeah.
And I thought there was something, while it was at the Gotham shows.
That shit pissed me off,
I thought there was something wrong with the voice. I literally thought that the TV was fucked up. I thought that there was some kind of octave shit my TV didn't have.
No, that's how she sounds, historically. That's how she sounds.
Bro.
It's amazing she's never made no money in the animation world. You know what I hated about that special? Somebody said that I'm always coming to the defense of abusers. And they referenced Bill Cosby. Mm-hmm. They referenced Nate Parker. They referenced Dr. Dre. It's not that I come to the defense of the abuser.
Well, Nate Parker is an alleged abuser.
An alleged abuser. Well, he got found not guilty. This is my thing. All I ever simply say is ask questions. I'm not rushing to pick sides with anybody.
Right.
If these allegations come out against Bill Cosby, I don't care if it's 80 girls.
Right.
They're still just allegations until we have some heavier proof.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't pick sides off he say, she say, and not just pick sides.
Yeah.
Pick sides and straight up ruin and label people.
Oh, for sure.
Bill's a rapist. Nate Parker's a filthy rapist. Dr. Dre's a domestic abuser. Do I think Michelle A got abused? Absolutely. Absolutely. Do I think movies sensationalize things? Absolutely.
Do you think Dr. Dre's ears were abused? From Michelle A. Is that a possibility?
Yes.
There's no way that she can't just go and then speak normally.
That's her voice. I forgot.
No, people don't speak like that, Charlamagne.
Nah,
I can speak like that if I want to speak like that.
You know how I know she speaks like that? Because she sounds like that when she sings. That's when you could tell.
I can sing like that. too.
Nah, it's too hard. It's too much. It's too difficult to keep that up all these years.
Bro.
Michelle's like 50-something.
Dude, Andrew Dice Clay is a Jewish dude that just became an Italian. He changed his whole fucking life to be an Italian guy.
Yeah.
So you can change the way you talk. How many hood dudes we know who aren't really like, don't really, I'm saying something.
I just don't see why. I don't see the reason Michelle would have to do that with her voice, though.
Dude, you know what they say is that sometimes when kids are molested,
yeah,
they actually stay at the age maturity-wise.
I've heard
that when they're molested. So like when young girls are molested at a young age, they'll keep that kind of like girly, silly voice.
That could be it too, though.
So they must have got her early.
She's been in abusive relationships for forever. So she probably God damn, who just farted like that and just acted like it was
That wasn't
normal?
a fart.
What the fuck
that was somebody rolling a chair.
Shit. Listen, she probably got abused early and she probably was stuck in that mindset of a little child.
Right.
I just don't like. I really just don't like how social media becomes the jury and the judge immediately. Like, I can't stand that shit. Like, I really, really can't stand it.
Yeah.
And this is my thing. I'm older. We've been heard about Dr. Dre's abusive women.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
D. Barnes, Eminem has rapped about it. You gonna take advice from somebody who smacked D. Barnes? Like, they've talked about this shit so fucking much. Dr. Dre has even apologized for the way he used to treat women.
Yeah.
And
why do you think it's called Beats by Dre?
This guy. So it's this, and this is something that was happening when he was in his 20s. This man's damn near 60.
Yeah.
As Muhammad Ali said, a man that is thinking the same at 60 as he was at 20 has wasted 40 years of his life. Y'all really think Dr. Dre is still out here beating his wife? And that's what I saw people on Twitter saying. People don't change. Yes, they fucking do.
Yeah.
They absolutely, positively change.
Sure.
People grow. People evolve. I just don't feel like a person should be ridiculed, chastised, and ran through the court of public opinion based on something that happened 40 years ago if they have changed, if they have grown, if they have matured. We're not talking about new shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're hanging these people based off old allegations. We're not talking about new shit.
I guess the question is, what can we forgive? Can I forgive domestic violence? Yes. Can I forgive rape? No.
See, that's my thing, though. I hate these people with their selective humanity.
No.
And their selective morality.
I think there is humanity. I think there's certain things I can forgive. Like if you, for example, we know people, we have friends who used to be criminals and they've probably done fucked up shit. They might have definitely assaulted people. God, who knows? They might have fucking killed people. We know people, right? We can forgive certain acts because we can judge it based on the context.
I can't forgive a serial domestic abuser. Like if you was beating up.
Well, Dr. Dre might be a serial domestic abuser.
If you was beating up your girl every other day, I'm like, all right, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't. I
can't do that. Now, I can't do it either. Now, if it's, let's say, a one-time situation where your girl came at you with a knife and you got the knife out of her hand or you punched her so she didn't shoot you, that's domestic violence, but I can forgive that contextually.
You understand it.
Exactly. But like you said, if it's a serial...
You're just beating the shit out your girl for no reason?
Now, on the other hand, I can't forgive a rape even if it's once.
No. Rape and murder, it's like, nah.
Murder, I can forgive.
I can forgive murder.
I got a friend who killed somebody, and I talk to him every week.
What's the context? What happened?
I mean,
was it self-defense?
No.
He just fucking killed somebody?
He might have just, I don't want to go into the details of it, but he might have just shot into a crowd and then it hit somebody.
Oh, yeah, he got to go to jail.
Well, he's in jail.
I don't like
He's
him.
doing like 12. He's doing like 12 years in jail, 12, 15 or something.
He
needs
longer than that.
But
he needs longer than that. That made me think about the Tyson Gay case. You know, Tyson Gay's daughter was killed this weekend.
Yeah, go on.
Trinity Gay.
Yeah,
shot in the neck at a cookout.
Jesus.
Not a cookout like a fucking cookout. The cookout restaurant. You never been to a cookout?
Oh, a restaurant?
Oh, cookout's amazing. They're down south. They have 40+ milkshakes. They have like banana pudding milkshakes, Oreo milkshakes. Wow. Like there's just like a place to go after the club.
This is how much of a psychopath you are.
Why?
We're talking about someone who was murdered in a restaurant and immediately go, oh my God, but they got 40 milkshakes. They got a banana milkshake. They have a strawberry milkshake. It's a delicious milkshake place. We got to go.
I'm going to put that in context. I feel like it's certain places that are just naturally happy.
Ah,
like when you get there, you should be happy. Whatever's on your mind, when you motherfucking pull up, you should be thinking, wow, I'm going to enjoy this motherfucking milkshake. I'll shoot this motherfucker later. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm serious. Like, you're at the fucking cookout. They got hush puppies. They got motherfucking great-ass hamburgers. Whatever beef you got, you should look around. First of all, you should look around and see other people there, other civilians, and be like, this ain't the place for this. I'm going to give me this motherfucking milkshake. And when you're driving off, you point at the dude like,
Bang.
I'm gonna see you later. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And by the way, I wish that everybody who had beef where they want to shoot each other, I wish y'all would just take it back to the Wild Wild West days and just have gun duels, meet in like isolated locations, fucking do your 10 paces, and just shoot at each other.
Yeah, do
Stop
Hamilton.
letting these motherfucking stray bullets hit.
Oh, it was a stray?
A fucking stray. The girl was in there minding her business, fucking eating or something, man.
Okay.
And got shot in the fucking neck and dead now because two people shooting at each other. A father-son duo and some other dude was shooting at each other. She just got caught in the fucking crossfire, man. That's fucked up. So it's for me, I don't have no remorse for those guys. Now, that situation is a little tricky because I'm sure somebody in that situation was defending himself.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody shot first. Yeah. And these people shot back. Somebody shot back to defend himself.
Yeah.
I still think the person who shot first should get 100 years.
Yep.
And I think the people who shot back should get 20.
Yeah,
I just do.
Yeah,
because that girl can't get her life back, bro.
Yeah, but then you could also argue that the people who shot back couldn't get their life back, and do they have
they had to defend themselves?
Right
yeah,
to protect
I mean,
themselves,
that's
a right to salvation.
Yeah, that situation's tricky, man.
It's very tricky. That's tricky. Why we have manslaughter. That's why we have.
That's why you have manslaughter.
And and we're not going to get into rape today, but like that's why I think we agree there needs to be sexual assault and these other.
It is though. It's not that we agreed.
We need to refer to it as such.
Yeah,
that's the thing. We absolutely need to refer to it as such. Did you see the tweet from the kid about the Tyson Gay's daughter?
What kid?
There's this kid that tweeted this thing, and he goes, because the article was Tyson Gay's daughter shot dead at restaurant.
Yeah.
And his response was, but what does her being gay got anything to do with it?
No, I don't believe that.
I swear to God. I swear to God.
That. I refuse to believe that.
He literally thought it was Tyson's gay daughter.
How did I miss that? That's such donkey of the day material.
You need to give this guy.
People are slow, bro.
Yo,
I know. We gotta realize that we gotta start giving people the credit they deserve for being absolutely, positively stupid. Yeah. This morning, I gave donkey of the day to this dude named fucking Richard Springer.
Who's that?
28-year-old dude from Queens, career criminal, been getting arrested since 2003. All his charges are like robbery and assault. Okay. This guy walks into a fucking deli, wants to buy a strawberry limerita at 8 in the morning. They're $3.50. He only has a fucking $1. He's already drunk. So he slams the $1 on the floor and takes the beer. When the clerk goes to reach for the $1, he punches the clerk. Then he storms out and punches a 69-year-old lady, knocks the 69-year-old lady to the concrete. Her head hits the concrete. She gets brain hemorrhaging, has to go to fucking emergency surgery and shit. So I'm like, this is why you can't scream all lives matter. Because I could give a fuck if this motherfucker disappears tomorrow.
Interesting.
Like people like that. Yeah. People like that. If you punch a 69-year-old woman in the face and you've already got 16 various robbery and assault charges, your life doesn't really matter. So we need to start saying most lives matter. Okay?
Most lives matter. Most lives matter. Not all.
Most lives matter. Some of these people really need to be euthanized. I don't feel comfortable. I feel comfortable, saying Black Lives Matter because I understand the context behind Black Lives Matter. I understand why we're saying that. I don't feel comfortable saying all lives matter because the truth to the matter is some people in America, their life really doesn't matter. They're just taking up motherfucking space.
Yeah. It's like
send them to a motherfucking prison.
Send them to Mars.
Send them World Star Island.
World Star Island. Yeah, we got to do World Star Island.
Get this fucking World Star Island shit popping,
Once LA breaks off from America, once there's like a real earthquake that actually causes California to separate, I think we can literally do that. We just create a prison colony in the middle of the fucking, this wilderness type of island right off of California.
Too close to America.
What are you talking about?
Too close to America, bro.
Put a net.
Nah, they can swim, bro. Too close
First
to America.
First of all, how many multiple-time felons can swim?
You know what they really need to do?
Yeah.
All jokes aside, they need to motherfucking load all of these people up like the Richard Springers of the world.
Yeah.
And fly them to like whatever country we're warring with.
Yeah.
And drop them off and say, go at it.
And if you win,
we'll get you freedom. Now, we're lying to you. All right? We're lying to you, but we want you to fight like you could absolutely be pardoned for all your motherfucking crimes if you go over there and kick some goddamn ass.
How many times is enough times to just put someone away for life?
There's no reason you should have 16 robberies.
So there's the thing. It's like, with what is it, 3-strike rule? Right? Yeah. That's in California. It's like 3 strikes. Yeah. That seems maybe a little bit harsh, right?
It's a little lenient.
You think it's lenient?
3?
Yeah.
You're giving a motherfucker 3 chances to fucking fuck up.
Yeah, but but I thought that you could
punch 3 old ladies and then that's it. That's it. You're done. After the 3rd old lady, after you give the 3rd old lady a motherfucking brain aneurysm and fucking make her head hemorrhage, you're going to jail forever. Fuck that, man.
Is violating parole a felony?
Yes.
So that's where it gets tricky, right? It's like, if you violate your parole by like being drunk, should that count as a second felony? And then you violate your parole again?
Yes.
Because, but that I'm saying
it depends what you're on for parole for, though.
Oh.
Sometimes you're on parole for some harsh shit.
Yeah.
So if you haven't learned, like say you shoot some motherfucking body and they almost die and you get 5 years probation, 10 years probation.
Yeah.
Bro, you relinquished your rights to just smoke a little weed, drink in public.
Yeah,
like,
I guess you're right.
Fuck that, man.
Yeah,
you gotta walk the straight and narrow, yo.
Yeah.
Fuck that
Maybe
shit.
we need to hold people more accountable to it. It's a peculiar situation.
Oh, but let me go back to what I said. A lady called the radio station this morning, upset at me for giving him donkey today.
Wait, which lady? The fucking old
I don't know who
lady?
It was. This some lady called crying, upset that I gave him donkey today, and she started talking about her son. She has a son that suffers from mental illness, and another son that has like Down syndrome, and they bug out sometime. And I'm like, we're not talking about that.
Okay, maybe stop making kids.
Like, no.
Because your kids are coming out retarded.
Okay, this guy's crazy.
No, I think that after you have 2 in a row that got mental disorders.
You could be breeding with the wrong person.
There we go.
I'm with you on
Yeah.
like, you got to watch your breed.
If the guy got a fucking helmet on, don't let him come inside you.
Hey,
I know you like that retard, Dick.
Hey, if you breed with 2 people, if you have 2 kids from the same person and they both come out like that, you're breeding wrong. You're breeding wrong.
Go
find you another breed.
It's math, bro. It's not that crazy.
I'm with you on that. But I think she was just upset because she just, and it's the other thing we got to stop doing too. We just hear something crazy and automatically assume that a person is mentally ill. No, some people are just fucking crazy. Some people are just motherfucking like this guy was drunk.
Isn't that mental illness?
No. Okay, well, I take that back. Some people are just evil.
Yes, okay.
That's it.
But
Some
is
people
that
are just
mental
evil.
illness?
No. So that's just evil. You make choices in life. I absolutely positively believe you wake up every day and you have the choice to be happy, you have a choice to be sad, you have a choice to be good, you have a choice to be evil. He made a conscious decision to punch this lady in the face. He was drunk. They said, mind you, he was trying to buy another beer, couldn't afford it. So he was angry. And they said he got upset because the old lady told him, stop, don't hit the fucking clerk. He hit the clerk. And the old lady was like, stop that. So then he went and hit the old lady. Fuck him.
I'm with
him,
you,
bro.
fuck him. Here's my question. Do humans have the ability to dehumanize other humans? We always talk about this, the way like white people dehumanize black people in order to treat them shitty. The way the Germans dehumanize all their adversaries, Jews, and even the people that they were at war with, to be able to kill them and put them into camps, etc. like that. You have to stop looking at them as a human to not give them human empathy, right? Gangs, I'm sure, do this. Oh, I'm a blood, you're a Crip. Well, Crips ain't shit. Crips are horrible. That's why I can justify killing you. If we have that mental ability to look at another human and change him in our mind to less than human, is that a person being crazy, or is that just a function of our brains?
I think that's a function of our brains, and it's a great function of our brains, because when you act like a fucking animal,
you're
going to get treated like a fucking animal.
But what if we're doing it to people who aren't acting like animals? Like not every...
that's the problem. That's why I always say, like, when it comes to things like segregation was a great concept that was poorly executed. It should have been based on behavior, not race. I shouldn't look at you and dehumanize you because of your race or your sexuality or your gender.
I mean, prison is segregation, right? It's like we're segregating people who break the law.
Most of those guys are animals.
Yeah. I'm with you.
There's some people in prison that are innocent, and the drug laws are crazy and stuff. But some of those motherfuckers in jail deserve to be there. You killed 5 motherfucking people. You're not human to me no more. You think is Charles Manson a human being? No. Was Jeffrey Dahmer a fucking human? No, you're a fucking animal. So fuck you. That's why I say most lives matter. We got to stop this shit, bro. Like, everybody's life in America does not matter. Some of these motherfuckers are taking up space, and we can do without quite a few of these motherfuckers, bro. I'm telling you, of all races. Black, white, Asian, Spanish, some of these motherfuckers are just defective product, and they should be treated as
How many times do you fuck up until we just say, adios, you got to go? Would you justify murdering somebody if they fucked up enough? Let's say you have...
That's what the death penalty is.
Yeah, but the death penalty, in my understanding, you can only get based on a severe crime. You can't get it over an accumulation of crime. Like, let's say you're just a serial robber or even serial rapist. I don't think that can give you the death penalty. I think
rape you should be killed for.
If you're serial?
Yeah, I'm talking about rape. Like fucking stalking girls in the park, throwing them down.
Yeah. But that's the tricky shit, because it's like, then you have a Nate Parker situation, right, where it's debatable whether that was rape or not. What if he got convicted and then he gets fucking killed?
See, that's a little different, man. Like,
that's what I'm saying. It has to be like...
It has to be like this... The
violent...
Rape!
Fucking first degree.
Yes, not sexual assault.
Yeah. The one where you yell rape during it.
Yeah.
Not in the morning.
The one that makes Chris nervous.
Exactly.
That we're talking about
Here we are. We're back, Chris. Yo, I will say this, bro. I went to go see Birth of a Nation, right?
Listen, you know how stupid people are?
Yeah.
Because I guess last week I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the podcast, you said, I guess y'all said y'all wasn't going to talk about rape.
And then fucking 5 minutes in.
So somebody tweeted me and they was like, rape. And they put Rihanna voice and parentheses. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, what the
fuck? Yo, so I went to go see Birth of a Nation, right? Alone, mind you. I went by myself. Which I like watching movies alone.
I would not trust a white person in there by themselves.
I know.
That'd make me uncomfortable.
But yo, honestly, I would say the movie was more than half white people in the audience.
Yeah.
A lot of white people in the movie. Went, sat down. First of all, loved it. I thought it was a really solid movie. Not
it was a good movie.
Not incredible,
yeah.
but I was a solid, strong movie.
It was good.
I really stand by it. I would recommend it. Put it this way, and I was talking to Van about this on the phone. It wasn't rape allegation good. It was consensual sex good. If he didn't have the rape allegation, you'd be like, this is a really good movie. With the rape allegation, you're like,
you want to not like it. It gives you just enough to not like it. But the reason people don't like it are whack.
But here's what this was the fucked up shit. I'm in the movie, right? And I'm sitting down there, I'm watching the movie. 2 seats to the left of me, there's this black dude, right? And we're hanging out. The movie's going on for about like maybe 15, 20 minutes. And all of a sudden, some black people start showing up to the movie, right? 25 minutes, some more black people, 30 minutes.
Fuck that. I heard the rebellion don't happen for hours. They're like, fuck that.
Not even that.
Coming in so they start killing white people. I don't want to see this shit.
Not even that. The black dude next to me looks, starts shaking his head, and he goes, not to this movie. Guys.
Late to the nation.
Late to Birth of a Nation. If there's one motherfucking movie we show up on time to, it's fucking Birth of a Nation.
In their defense, if I'm talking to somebody, think about it. When you go to a concert, you don't want to see the opening.
Hell no.
Like when they start killing white people, hour 14 into the movie. All right, that's when we gonna walk into this motherfucker because I don't want to see a first full hour. Of fucking
if they want to make money on this movie, what they should do is sell a ticket just for the last 20 minutes. You get a $5 ticket for the last 20 minutes as a Kill Whitey ticket. Yeah. You get 5 minutes. Go in there, get your Kill Whitey on, and then go about your day.
That was my biggest issue with the movie.
Not enough Kill Whitey.
That's it. I wanted more rebellion.
Yeah, I
wanted the movie to start off with a white person being killed. Like I want soon.
Yeah.
Because think about all the stories you've heard of Nat Turner. If you've heard people speak of Nat Turner, Nat Turner was an African American horror movie to white people. I wanted it to start off with his master being killed, and then flash back to him and why he got to that point.
Yeah, I think
it started too slow.
I understand what you're saying. I personally liked the way that the story was told. I thought there was some kind of like rookie director mistakes. Some things were like a little bit too telegraphed. But that's just you're just starting to direct film.
And not only that, by the way, $7 million budget. That movie.
I mean, that's enough money.
God bless Nate Parker for what he did.
No, $7 million.
The movie looks like it. No, the movie looks like he raised the money to shoot the movie. At the end was kind of like it was just a throwaway ending, bro.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Because you know how they really found Nat Turner? Nat Turner didn't turn himself in.
They
found Nat Turner. Nat Turner was hiding out in the hole. He didn't turn himself in.
Well, maybe that was a choice that he made to make it look even more brave.
Yeah, that hole cost money. He's like, we don't got another $400,000.
That hole cost money?
We don't got another $400,000 to dig this big ass hole, man.
Okay, well, I just thought there was I thought two things were left out in the review of the film. One, Nate Parker is a fucking incredible actor.
Phenomenal.
This dude is
rape charge or not, he should be charged. He should get a Best Actor nomination at the Oscars.
I wouldn't say Best Actor nomination.
Come on.
I don't think the film was good enough to warrant it, but he is, and you know what's a shame is that this movie has highlighted the rape charge. So I wonder if he'll have a career after this movie because now he's rape charged Nate Parker,
which is fucked up because Roman Polanski fucked a 13-year-old girl.
I know,
fled the country and still won a goddamn Oscar.
I know,
fucked up, bro.
I know, but look, all I'm saying is, I think he's fucking unbelievable.
He should get a Best Actor nod, bro.
Look, if he does, I'm not upset of it. My just feeling is I like the movie to be a little bit better in order for him to get it, but I think he's fucking phenomenal. Two, the big issue was like the rape depictions in the film. Yeah. I didn't even see any rape in the film. It was allusion to rape.
They didn't show anything. And that's what I always say about his wife. I don't know if his wife got beat up
or raped. Yeah. You're not sure. So there's another thing that then
that was my problem with people on Twitter. They were like, what was the word they used? It was a specific word they used. Something.
What was the
raped.
context?
Basically, he trivialized it, but it was a word they used. Oh man, I can't remember. But basically, they were saying like he was downplaying the rape.
Yeah.
Like, so y'all wanted to see people get raped on the screen?
I don't think you need to see it to know how severe it is.
We know what happened.
You know what was fucking awful for me was when they were offering Gabrielle Union to the other slave owner in the house. I don't want to ruin part of the movie, but there's a point in time where Gabrielle Union has a husband on the plantation, and there's another slave master that wants to have sex with her, and they basically allow it. And seeing the anguish in the husband, right? It's like, you're like, oh, fuck, this is gut-wrenching. This is horrible, da-da-da.
Which is in every slave movie, by the way. Every single goddamn slave movie, the slave master go get some pussy from one of them brothers' wives.
Absolutely.
Everyone.
And that was the cool turn, because that's when Nat Turner's owner went from, oh, he's a nice guy that gets along to Nat Turner, to, oh no, he's just one of these other white
about the money.
Shit. Yeah, about the money. But fuck, what was I going to say? There was one other thing. Oh, you know what I thought was actually really beautiful about the movie that wasn't, I guess, highlighted at all, is that, like, you have this horrendous time in history, right, where people are miserable and people are being treated like fucking animals. Mm-hmm. And as corny as it sounds, there's this fucking beautiful love story. Like he finds love with his wife in the most horrendous condition possible during fucking slavery.
My beautiful black queens out there. Nat Turner, Nate Parker did in that movie what you want us to do. He stood up for y'all when y'all was being abused.
Yeah,
like everybody was like, they just used that as a plot device. And
I saw that bullshit.
They did that to show to show how the men decided to flip out. Yes, you would flip out if somebody beat the shit out your wife and raped your wife. It's like Nat Turner in real life started to hate white people because of the conditions of slavery, because they raped his mom. Like that would drive you to that point.
Absolutely.
Like the woman in the Washington Post, she wrote an article and she said, this movie makes you have empathy for an axe murderer. It makes you have empathy for a thug, a killer. And I'm like, yeah, because of the conditions of slavery, you fucking idiot.
Yeah,
like,
there's context to murder.
Yes.
Right? Don't we put fucking medals on our soldiers? Our military soldiers go over and murder people, and we put medals on them and celebrate them, have parades for them because of the context of that killing, right? Yeah. So the same thing could be true about this situation. He was fighting for a cause that these people, and I think a lot of us, would deem justified. Yeah. So I'm not saying necessarily put a medal on him, but I don't think within the context what he did was inherently any more evil than slavery. I would say it's less.
I mean, in context, all right, the only problem I have with the Nat Turner situation is him killing babies and kids.
See, but we don't see that.
We don't see that. They don't show that in the movie. But in real life, when you know the actual story of Nat Turner, he did kill kids. I feel like kids are just always. I feel like kids are innocent, bro.
Yeah, of course.
I just do. I just don't feel like kids are bogged down with all the same things that we're bogged down.
No, they're beautiful.
Society tells us to care about. Like,
and he fucking shows it in the movie. Yeah. Not to cut you off, but remember in the beginning where he's playing with the white kid?
Yeah. And then
like the white kid and black kid, they have no clue that one of them owns the other. They have no clue that they're judged differently in society. It's this beautiful moment where they're just playing fucking tag.
Yeah.
Right? It's like before we get into adults and we understand greed and these types of things.
Before all these bullshit seeds are planted in our brain.
Bang.
All these divisive seeds that, you're superior to me, I'm inferior to you. Like, that's until those seeds are planted, everybody's good.
Yep.
So I like the movie. I thought it was good.
Solid movie.
I think he should have went to Netflix with it, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he should have went to Netflix because Netflix offered him $20 million. Right?
He said no. Yeah.
He wanted to go to Fox Searchlight for 17.5 because he said he felt like he had a better chance of winning an Oscar. But I feel like if he'd have went to Netflix with it,
there'd be less.
It's less. You'll still get the backlash, but
it'd be way less.
It's still there, and you won't give people a chance to put their chest out and be like, "Good for you." Yeah, your movie only made $10 million in 2 weeks. Good for you.
Because Netflix doesn't release numbers.
Yeah, karma's a bitch. Yeah, like he could have avoided all of that, and he would have got his fucking money. Yeah, and like look at what 13th did. 13th came out the same weekend of Birth of a Nation, and I saw people talking about 13 just as much as Birth of a Nation. Yeah, if not more.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, 13th is amazing.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
Can you give a little synopsis?
Documentary. I mean, it's just about, it shows how we went from slavery to now mass incarceration, but it shows slavery, it shows segregation during the Jim Crow era, It shows how they tried to stifle black people's right to vote. It's just dope. But the scary thing about it is when Van Jones says, "What's next?" Mm-hmm. Like it shows all of these different things throughout history, throughout these different generations and eras that have stifled black progress in America. And Van Jones goes, "What's next?" You know it's going to be something's coming next.
Yeah,
that what was scary to me, especially when you look around and you talk about the social engineering that you see with all these. I always wonder, why do they keep showing us these images of unarmed black men getting killed over and over and over? Like, we talk about this all the time. Like, why? Like, why? There's got to be a reason.
Yeah.
It can't just be because this shit brings ratings on television. Like, it has to be some type of social engineering going on
I think that's
somewhere.
Conspiratorial.
It is.
I think they're just playing into paranoia. It's like we look after things and we're drawn to things we're afraid of. Same reason why we watch a fight on the street. We'll watch a video of a black guy getting killed by a cop.
So why wouldn't they show that to all of America? Because it's happening to white people too.
Because we don't care when white people get shot. White people don't have that paranoia. Like I said before, if I see a white person get killed by the cops, I assume he did something wrong.
So with that said, why do they want a certain community to have that fear?
No, what I'm saying is the certain community already has the fear because they know that they've been treated differently, right? So the killing of black people by a cop confirms the fear that they already have. They're going through life going, I know cops are treating me fucking differently. Right? So when they see a cop kill an innocent black person, it's like, you see? I fucking told you. I've been telling everybody, why don't you fucking listen to me? We're treated fucking different.
And I just don't understand why they're reinforcing that. But race.
All right, Chris. We getting off of it. We're not doing it.
Let's pay some bills. Don't forget that this week's episode of Brilliant Idiots is brought to you by Bevel. Signature fade with the bevel blade, said by my guy Nasir Jones. Spare yourself the battle of bumpy skin by getting a bevel razor. And the bevel kit doesn't just give you a clean and shave save, it's a healing one too. Bevel was made for people with coarse curly hair and sensitive skin. The facts are that up to 80% of black men and women experience razor bumps, and up to 30% of all men and women experience razor bumps as well. And part of that is because you're not using the right razor for your skin.
What is the right razor? Bevel, obviously, okay? The Bevel razor uses a single blade, and the full kit includes a priming oil to protect your skin before you shave, a hydrating shave cream, and a high-quality badger brush to lift those hairs, and a post-shave restoring balm to repair your skin, okay? You too can achieve clear and smooth skin by using the dermatologist-approved Bevel shaving system and shaving smarter. Shout out to LL Cool Jocks, who tweeted, Brilliant Idiot's been plugging it for a while, but Nas really got me thinking about getting a bevel blade. First of all, fuck you, okay? Our cosign should be enough, LL Cool Jocks, all right? I'm going to have to find out what team you like in football, and I might put a fucking Hezzy Hex on them. Hey, whatever brings you to bevel, it's cool, but you do make sure that you use our custom page. Go to getbevel.com/idiots when you decide to make that move. When you do, they'll give you your first month free. That's what they're going to do. The first month of the subscription is going to be free. That's GETBEVEL.com/idiots to get the first month of your Bevel subscription for free. Start shaving smarter today with Bevel.
And by the way, you're not getting no more black liberation movies.
What you mean?
You don't even got to worry about that shit. Ain't going to be no Haitian Revolution.
What,
ain't
movies?
Gonna be no goddamn Harriet Tubman. Them movie companies are not fucking with them liberation movies. The money is not in the liberation. The money's in the oppression. And you Negroes showed that by not going to see Birth of a Nation. So y'all thought y'all was doing yourselves a favor by saying fuck Nate Parker and he got rape allegations and all that. You mark my words.
Yeah.
You're not seeing any more black liberation movies, bro.
Yeah.
It's not happening. Ain't no money in rebellion.
Well, dude, did you go see the movie at the theater or no?
I went to go see it in the theater.
Did you see all the previews before it?
It was all race movies.
Everyone.
It was that fucking Jordan Peele shit.
Jordan, Key and Peele.
Peele.
Whatever, one of them. Peele.
That shit looks stupid. I'm going to be honest with you.
Everybody's so excited about this movie, and it's like, all right, whatever. It's like Stepford Wives, but everybody's white or some shit. I don't fucking get it.
First of all, I didn't know interracial dating was still such a thing that shit warranted a horror movie. Now, if this was the 80s, I can understand that. 2016, that shit don't warrant a horror movie.
Our president is interracial dating. Anyway, I don't have any interest in it either, but everybody seems incredibly freaked out by it. Then there was that other movie about...
Because it reinforces the narrative.
Does it reinforce the stereotype that black men think if they go to the suburbs with their white girlfriend, they'll be murdered?
Listen, let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah.
I live in a great neighborhood.
Okay.
Okay? a great neighborhood.
Yeah.
But I'm really understanding why communities want to live amongst each other. Because when I'm driving through my neighborhood right now at this time of year, my neighbors' Halloween decorations are absolutely frightening. Like I'm talking about some of the most terrifying shit. Like what the fuck are these people into? Like who lives there? Rob Zombie? And then on top of that, you put the fact that they have Trump pinch signs in there, yo.
Really?
Yes, I'm like, you know what? We're not trick-or-treating.
You making money, bro.
Listen, we're not.
Hey, you making money, bro.
We're not
okay.
My wife's like, we trick-or-treating. I'm like, we're not trick-or-treating in this neighborhood. All right, we're not. We're going to go back to the Jewish neighborhood that we lived in, okay, about a year ago.
Get some gold coins.
There you go.
The gold coin chocolate.
There you go. Listen, you can trust, I trust the Jewish community. All right, regular white people, I don't know about these motherfuckers, yo. I like Jewish people. I get them. I like what they stand for. I like a lot of their views on things, the way they handle. Like when I lived in that Jewish neighborhood, it was peaceful. Yeah, I knew, like me and my neighbor, like he called the police on my friends when we first moved in. But after a while, we'd be on the phone with each other, like, hey, you see what's going on outside? You see this strange car? Like it was that type of relationship. And my daughter still goes to play with them. You know what I mean? And that's good. That's we're going to trick or treat at, because my neighborhood looks absolutely terrifying, bro.
Why? What do they have outside?
It's just like the craziest shit. Like they have those real lifelike shit in the yard. Like, let me make sure that's not a real person. Like this one dude got this shit hanging from a tree that I'm gonna stop one morning when it's early and touch and make sure this isn't really a real human being. I almost got into it with my wife this morning because I had to drive back from Syracuse. Yeah. Because I wanted to be back on the radio. And like the flight they had me for was like 5 in the morning. I'd land at like 7. I'm like, fuck that. I'm just going to drive back last night after the shit. So I got a car service, drove back from Syracuse. So I'm pulling up in the yard.
How long is that drive?
3.5 hours.
Oh, that's nothing. Okay.
So I see 2 motherfuckers standing in the yard. As soon as I turn the car, I'm like, yo, what the fuck, yo? These motherfuckers outside my house. She done put fucking Halloween scarecrows in the goddamn yard.
She's trying to fit in.
Yeah, trying to fucking fit in.
She got you sitting outside plotting.
I'm like, no, this ain't a bad thing, though.
What's that?
Having them fucking scarecrows in the yard.
Why? Because it scares black people?
No, scare off the white people. Scare off them crazy white people.
No, white people aren't afraid of scarecrows, dude.
Nah, I don't think they.
No, we're not afraid of decorating our lawns. We don't worry about that shit.
But the neighborhood looks scary. Like to your point about this suburban neighborhood being scary to black men. It's scary because it's like, I ain't into none of this shit, bro. I'm not into what y'all into. And then you see movies where you end up going to a house and next thing you know, you drink some motherfucking punch and then you're fucking tied up and somebody's trying to cook you for Thanksgiving. Like, if you watch a Rob Zombie movie like House of 1,000 Motherfucking Corpses, you really see how crazy white people are.
Yeah, okay. No. That's not what we do whatsoever.
Jeffrey Dahmer was really eating motherfuckers, yo.
Yeah, that was one guy.
Hey, man.
Okay, there's
the
some
power
guy.
of one.
The power of one, my ass. There's some murderer in a gang somewhere that's killed just as many people as Jeffrey Dahmer.
And I'm scared of him, too.
All right, fair enough.
But he wasn't eating them.
That's a good point.
That's a different level of crazy, bro.
Dude, no. Oh, white people's crazy goes a little bit beyond. I'm not going to lie about it.
Kill me because you don't kill me because you want to kill me.
No, but you have to understand, we're about using every part of the animal.
Jesus.
We're like Native Americans with it. You know what I mean? When you kill the buffalo, you got to use its teeth for like weapons and that kind of shit like that. We do the same thing with humans. If I'm going to kill you, I'm not going to leave your body on the street for the fucking city to come clean up, ruin the neighborhood. They got chalk out there. They got blood all over the sidewalks. That's bad. That's bad. I'm going to bring you back to my house. I'm going to cut you up into pieces, and I'm going to put you in my refrigerator for safekeeping, and maybe I'll need it another time. That's how white people get down. We're resourceful. We believe in recycling.
That's not making me feel better about the neighborhood I'm living in right
Well, nobody's going to know you're dead for weeks. Think about your daughters. Wouldn't you rather?
Hey, that is the best way to dispose of a body.
Put them in the fridge.
No, fucking cook them off.
Eat it. That's it.
Have a big. That's what they do in Florida.
Yeah.
Your gator meat, bro.
There it is.
When they want to take you to the motherfucking swamplands, throw you out there, nobody ever find nothing.
I'm supportive.
You vanished.
That's done. I'm cool with that.
Does Trump still have a chance? By the time this comes out, the third debate of
Can I ask you a question first?
Yes.
So you're in a white neighborhood right now. You have 2 beautiful black daughters.
Yes.
How do you feel about them dating a white guy? Which is most likely since they'll be going to white schools and.
I don't give a shit.
You're cool with it.
Yeah.
I
told you about this story like damn near 25 years ago now. Like my first cousin Tisha married a white dude named Jerry, and that was a big thing. That was like the 80s. That had to be like late 80s, maybe early 90s. I don't remember exactly when, but I remember that being a big thing in my family. Like my family making a big deal of it for absolutely no reason. Not everybody in my family. Of course, you have people that was very supportive. It was mostly the fucking men. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's mostly the men. Like, what the fuck? She married that white boy, yada, yada, yada. Hey, she been married for 30-something years, or at least 20. I know they've been married for as long as I can fucking remember.
Yeah.
And everybody loves Jerry now, so I don't give a fuck. I believe in love.
Yeah.
If you grow to love somebody, cool. I'd much rather her fall in love with motherfucking, you know, some white dude from the suburbs than some fucking hood nigga from Newark. Patterson or one of them motherfucking places.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like that I have to know, but for whoever she falls in love with, they have to have ambition. Yeah. They have to want to do something with their life.
So there are other qualifications.
Yeah, they have to be about something. I care about my daughter growing to love a good person. Yeah. A good individual. That's what I give a fuck about.
Okay. Here's my next question. Is it one important, and how do you instill the culture that you were raised in your daughters when they're not raised in it? They're raised in the household.
I mean, that's something that's something I've been struggling with. Because you don't know how much is too much.
What do you mean?
Like, you don't know how much to put on a young person's head.
For example,
you don't want to. I don't want to dilute them with the same type of bullshit we got diluted with. Like, I think discovery is very important. I definitely want her to know she's black. Of course she knows she's black. Yeah. You know, she knows she's African American. I want her to know about great black figures. I want her to know about great black figures simply because that's what's going to inspire her. You know what I'm saying? When she can see, you know, black women that are the heads of these Fortune 500 companies, are black women entrepreneurs, or even when she sees Hillary, you know what I mean? Even though Hillary's not black, when she sees Hillary running for president, she's a woman. Like, she has two things she has to deal with. She's black and she's a woman. So I just want to show her great black women, first and foremost, and then great women second. Yeah. But it's just, you know, you just don't want to instill certain things in them. Like, I don't want to instill in her, like, yo, things are going to be hard for you because you're black. You got to work twice as hard because you're black. No, I want you to work hard because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to work hard. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to look at anybody and think that they got one up on you just because of the color of their skin. Fuck that. You God's creation. You know what I'm saying? You a beautiful black woman. God created you that way. So I want you to tap into that privilege. Tap into God's privilege. Tap into your beautiful black privilege. Tap into your woman privilege. Like, we all got privilege. We just have to tap into it. So for me, I don't want to just like plant certain seeds in her that were planted in my head, because I feel like a lot of that stunts your growth anyway.
Yeah, you can plant doubt. You can plant victimology.
And trust me, even though we don't live in a black neighborhood, her mother and father are black enough. Yeah. For the whole household. All right. There's no, we are a black family.
I just wonder that, like,
we still save the grease. You know what I mean? When we fry shit. When my wife chooses to fry shit, I'm like, why? We don't even eat that much fried food. Why is that grease just sitting there? She's just like, I don't know. That's just what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, maybe that's important so that she relates to her family. Like, I mean, I was raised in this like very liberal household in New York. Most of my family is like very staunch Republican. And I felt a disconnect a little bit with them.
Horrible.
You know, and no, it's
not horrible. It's just you got to give kids a chance to grow on their own.
No, I'm with you on that. But what I'm trying to say is, like, I just wonder what it's like in that experience as a parent where you're like, I imagine you don't want your kids to feel like an outsider with their cousins and that kind of stuff.
Oh, no, she's definitely not.
But at the same time, there's also like, I want her to embrace the world that she's in as well, because there's beauty in that world too.
But this is the thing. I don't think that she has any of those barriers because we're not putting that in her head. Right. She just likes good people. Yeah. So she got friends in her new school. She got friends from her old school. She got black friends. She got white friends. She got Jewish friends. She got Spanish friends. I think it's dope to be aware of all of those various cultures. I think it's dope that she'll go to the Kingdom Hall with my mom, who's a Jehovah's Witness, but then go to a Baptist church with her other grandma. Like, I just think it's dope. Like, let kids be kids, let them grow on their own, let them discover who it is that they want to be. Let them gravitate towards what they want to gravitate towards. Yeah. As long as it's positive, who gives a shit? That's all I care about. I just want her to gravitate towards positive things. I want her to gravitate towards positive people. That's all I give a fuck about. And I want her to be proud of who and what she is. She is a black woman.
Yeah.
Embrace that. Like I think it's stupid when we say shit like white privilege and not embrace your own black privilege.
Yeah.
Or not embrace your woman privilege, or to say black and proud. And then I see white people say sometimes, if I say I'm white and proud, it'll be a problem. No, it won't, motherfucker.
Well, I already described it.
Do your shit. Say your shit. Who cares?
Yeah,
Rep
but
your hood, nigga.
No, but it's different. Like white and proud, white is not like a culture, right? Like black American culture is a culture because there's a disconnect from where black Americans have come from, right? Many black Americans, not Caribbeans or the Africans, right? But just black Americans who are, children of the diaspora, if you will, right? Brought here because of slavery. So there's this unique thing that's happening here. Whereas white culture, we have Italian culture, Polish culture, Russian,
well, rep
Scottish.
Your shit.
But nobody would feel bad if I go, hey, I'm Scottish and I'm proud. Nobody'd be like, I feel insulted by that. That's racist, et cetera, like that. So when somebody black in America goes, I'm black and I'm proud, it's like, yeah, that's the culture that you relate to and know about. Like, I'll be honest, I'm from New York and I'm proud. It's the only identity I've ever had is being a New Yorker. Right, it's like the only thing that I'm proud of in terms of who I am. I don't really know much about my Scottish heritage, and I don't really know much about like the super Republican side of my family. The only thing that I feel connected to as a human being has been the people in New York City. They're very important
and
to me.
as you should be.
Yeah, so I rep it.
Yeah.
It's important. Like if this is not like a black New York, a Puerto Rican New York thing. Like anything that we do here is like when I see these memes with the fucking Jordans on, not Jordans with the Tims on,
Tims on, with the New York hat,
and the New York hat,
or the fucking one where they got Hillary with the Yankee hat on. He's like, I need your vote.
I need dead ass, my guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All that shit makes me fucking cry because it's like, okay, this is cool. This is something that we got here.
Do you realize that that's an interesting conversation because there's certain things that are bigger than whatever it is you are. Like if you go to a Dallas Cowboys game, and you got on that Cowboys jersey and that Cowboys shit, nobody gives a fuck if you're a maggot. Nobody cares if you're like nobody.
Bro, you should have seen Chris's eyes.
Nobody cares if you're black. Nobody cares if you're gay. Nobody cares if you're a woman, a man. Y'all are all there, repping this one thing. Doesn't that let you know right then and there that certain things are just bigger
than you
and all the bullshit? Who gives a fuck?
Yo, it's. I'll be honest with you. I was seeing you post stuff. I was seeing Jay Ski, Duval's boy, that goes on the road with him. Post stuff about the Cowboys.
Out of jail.
Oh yeah, he's been out for a while. I think it was some like weird some. I
thought Duval was putting up throwback videos because he missed it. I thought all that shit was throwback Thursday video. I'm like, hold up. I thought
he's out.
Like, yo, Jay Ski out of jail.
He's out. He's
Duval's
free.
Like,
free Jay Ski. But anyway, like I see you guys putting up these videos and putting up the pictures and shit like that, and on some real shit. It's kind of beautiful, because like. None of you guys are from Dallas, right? But there's this thing that means, it's kind of like religion in a weird way, right?
Dallas was America's team.
And there are people that attach themselves to it. They feel comfortable. They feel part of it. They take pride in the victory. That really gives them happiness, right? Nobody's being hurt by you being a Cowboys fan. And it's giving you joy. And more importantly, like you said, camaraderie. It's like, it's nice to fucking come together on about something with people.
Do you think a racist white dude in Dallas gives a fuck that Dak Prescott is black right now?
He's like, if you put that white boy in, Tony Romo,
don't you put that white boy back in.
Put that fucking Italian.
Don't you put that goddamn. He's Italian.
I don't know.
Spanish.
I don't know what he is,
whatever
but
he is. Don't you put that goddamn other in there.
Hell no.
Listen, you think he gives a fuck Ezekiel Elliott is black?
No.
All he cares about is the Dallas Cowboys.
Ezekiel's a biblical name.
Fucking one.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now, if you start losing, get that nigga out of there. I told you niggas ain't smart enough to play quarterback. I told you. By the way,
my name is Dak.
By the way, I said this on Bill Simmons. I don't remember if they edited it or not. I don't think they did. But I love Dak Prescott, but he has to break the curse of being a black quarterback.
What is the curse of being a black quarterback?
Because it's not even about. I don't know if it's about being black or if it was Michael Vick started this shit, right?
Okay.
And a bunch of guys that are black who played quarterback started to try to play like Mike Vick.
Okay.
Meaning that they would run more, throw less. That's how the RG3s of the world get hurt. That's why they don't last. You you have to learn to play in the pocket the way Cam Newton had learned to play in the pocket. He's learned to play the quarterback position. That's why I like Dak Prescott. He runs when he really, 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 truly needs to. That's why I think Dak is so promising, because he knows how to play in that motherfucking pocket.
Yeah.
That wild, reckless style of just taking off running and not knowing if you want to be a quarterback or a running back. That shit don't last. Michael Vick caused that shit, bro.
Well, Michael Vick just had this supreme athleticism, right? It's like he was on a different level. I don't think Dak has that kind of athleticism. I don't think he has that kind of speed. I mean, he can get out of the pocket and he can move.
Run.
He can run a little bit, but Vick was literally the fastest human on the football field and playing quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, you remember Vick with the Falcons.
Yeah, but he played so reckless, man.
But when Vick was on the Falcons, first of all, remember how amazing playing Madden was? When Vick was on the Falcons?
That was like playing Bo Jackson on Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
You couldn't stop Michael Vick.
That was it.
He was unbelievable.
So it was like there's something. It was like Steph Curry, right? It was like literally like Steph Curry. It was like everything's wet no matter what. So there was something incredible and groundbreaking about Vick's game. But I agree with you. In the NFL, it's not college football. These dudes are big.
You'll get hurt.
You're gonna get hurt.
Teddy Bridgewater's out.
That's right.
Right now.
Yeah, and Bradford playing crazy.
Out.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Cam Newton is still there because he plays in the pocket, but if Cam be getting wild.
Dude, Cam had to sit out a game because he got a concussion. Yeah.
Listen, man, you got to learn how to stay in the motherfucking pocket, let that offensive line protect you, and throw the ball. Yeah. So that's the scary thing about Dak, but that's also the good thing about Dak, because I don't see Dak being that reckless.
How do you feel about Dak not saying, I want to play, about him saying, this is Tony's team?
Tony's team?
Because remember, they asked him, they're like, how do you feel when Tony comes back? Are you going to want to stay in there? And he said, like, I'm a competitor, but I understand this is Tony's team.
That's real.
Yeah, but isn't there part of you that wants him to go, listen, I am that fucking alpha male quarterback, and I'm going to play because I've been playing well.
Nobody respects that.
Shit, I do.
I'm going to tell you what people respect. Mm-hmm. They respect you being fake humble.
Oh, the humility, the nonsense, the polite.
Yeah. They respect you appreciating the fact that you're there. And you know what that saves you from? When you start to lose, nobody's like, oh, I thought this was your motherfucking team. I thought you was ready. The way he's playing it is perfect.
Okay.
That's it. Just go out there, keep playing well. The next game that we got is Philly in 2 weeks. Keep the hex on them for 2 more weeks.
You want 2 more weeks?
2 more weeks. I need 2 more weeks.
Hey, Philly, it's really up to you.
I need 2 more weeks.
So Jazzy, Jeff, and your son, I need a written apology. Handwritten apology from both of you. Handwritten apology from both of you. And I will remove the hex. Hex.
I need the hex for 2 more weeks.
I'm just saying, if I get the handwritten apology, I'll remove the hex and you'll have a fair game to play against the Cowboys.
Okay.
If I don't get that, looks like the hex might stay around. Okay?
All right.
There's some scratching for you. I scratched it. Did you see it?
All right. We'd like to thank Squarespace again for supporting this week's episode of Brilliant Idiots. Building your online presence doesn't have to be difficult, and with Squarespace at the reins, it's downright simple. Squarespace makes it easy to create your website using a simple, intuitive process. Add and arrange your content with the click of a mouse.
That's right. Okay? Squarespace is trusted by hundreds of thousands of shop owners around the world. Their seamless commerce tools provide you with everything you'll need to track inventory, process orders, and send custom emails in one intuitive interface. Squarespace even offers 24/7 customer support. Every member of the customer care team is an experienced Squarespace user working in a Squarespace office. No matter how technical your problem or trivial seeming your question, one of their team is always online to assist you. So don't waste your time. Start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter the offer code IDIOT to get 10% off your first purchase. Be like Iron Chef Cops. He tweeted us saying that he used Squarespace to launch his boutique farm and livestock venture. Blessings and favor to your business. You're already on the right path by using Squarespace to get the word out. So again, hit the ground running by going to squarespace.com and entering the offer code IDIOT to get 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace, set your website.
Look, man, we're finishing up this book.
Yeah, how is the book coming? When is it out? What's the deal?
I got the release date and everything. They'll be putting out the press release real soon. I got the exact release date.
Can you tell us or no?
I mean, listen, only thing I can tell you right now is that the book is about creating your own privilege. Like, I like this mentality. I'm really big on that right now. Like,
yeah.
I feel like I said, I told the kids at Syracuse last night, like, I just can't live in a world where I feel like somebody has one up on me just because of the color of their skin. Like I don't know what to call it. I don't know whether I call that arrogance. I don't know whether I call that cockiness, or I just simply call it believing in myself that much.
Sure.
I feel like God put me here for a reason. He made me who and what I am for a reason. Like I'm black. Yeah. I'm a man. Like I'm going to tap into that. Like, and if you want to just give if everybody's got privilege, or you got white privilege, whatever, I'm going to tap into all my various privileges. And these are privileges that I've created for myself because I've created opportunities for myself through talent and hard work. And through talent and hard work, I've created these opportunities, and these opportunities have put me in various situations. And now I am accessing that privilege that is given to people when they put themselves in those positions. And I'm just that's it. And I feel like we can all create that.
Absolutely. The illusion in life is that anything is given to anybody.
No.
You have to literally tear it from them. Will Smith has that great interview where he's like, nobody gave me anything. I had to rip it out of somebody's hands. And if you ask anybody that's successful, I don't care if they're white, black, Puerto Rican, Chinese, it doesn't matter what the fuck they are. If you want success, get Gary Vee in here, anybody, Mark Cuban, you have to tear it away from people, because a lot of times you're taking their spot. A lot of times you're taking their privilege, right? So if you're going to tear it away from people, if you're willing to do that, right? It doesn't matter if that person has white privilege over you or is racist or anything like that. You're tearing it away from them. Once you commit to tearing something away from it and commit to doing whatever the fuck that you're going to do, having these thoughts in your head that you're lesser, you have less advantage, or any of that kind of stuff, regardless if you do or you don't, you're still going to have to put in the work, so you might as well do the fucking work.
How about even deeper? Who gives a fuck what the next man got? I don't care what he got. I need to know what resources do I have? What can I tap into? What has God given me? Who has God made me? That I can tap into this and create this in order to have this.
I love it.
Like, so that's
I think this is a very important ideology. I think that this is like the next step for equality, right? Like the first step right now is we have to go acknowledge the inequalities out there, right? Very important, right? When, let's say there's something leaky in the plumbing in the building, you have to acknowledge there's a leak, right? In order to fix the leak, right? So right now we're in this process of everybody calling out the leaks, right? Here are the leaks in infrastructure, here are the leaks in systemic oppression, here's the leaks in the way that people are policing, et cetera. We have to acknowledge and change this. But there's going to come up to a point in time where, I'm not saying every leak is going to be absolutely fixed, but where we're going to have to be like, okay, now after we've addressed these leaks, we need to decide that we will succeed regardless of leaks.
Regardless, man. To me, that's what privilege is. Self-awareness.
Word.
Privilege is knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? Because once you start realizing that you are indeed in a privileged position to learn a thing or two, and you're in the privileged position because God put you here. Like, you know how we take this shit for granted, but you know how miraculous it is to just be here. You know how
you're
hard
a sperm.
You're one
fucking sperm
out of a fucking billion.
Yes.
We hit the lottery. Gary Vee says that all the time. We hit the lottery by just being here.
So don't fucking waste it.
Don't fucking waste it.
You're one sperm. If you ever nut on a girl's stomach and just look at that shit while it's on her stomach, think there are billions of yous in there. And they're dead. You fucking murdered all of them.
We take that shit for granted. One little motherfucker out of all that big blob of cum that just came out your fucking dick made it and created you. Bro. We take this shit for granted. We take a lot of shit for granted.
So if you don't think you're lucky, you're out of your fucking mind.
You're out your fucking mind. You don't think? Listen, do you know some people got leg privilege?
Yeah, they can use their legs.
They have legs.
Yeah.
What about the Vietnam vet who went to fucking Vietnam and ain't got no legs right now?
I know.
What about the motherfucker? You got arm privilege. You got arms, bro.
Yeah.
It's a paraplegic out there with no arms. You be sitting there questioning how he rolls blunts. You're like, what? This motherfucker. We have different privilege that we don't tap into. We take for granted what we fucking have. I don't give a fuck about none of that other shit. I believe that I have God's privilege. I believe I have black privilege. I believe I have motherfucking different privileges that have been opened up to me now based off the opportunities I've created for myself now. And I'm tapping into all them motherfuckers.
And it's important to reflect to that shit. It's important to reflect on this shit. Like, I remember when I was early in stand-up, what I would I'm always hypercritical of myself. I'm like, how can I get better? What else do I want? Every little thing that I would achieve, first it was I just want to be funny on stage, right? And then every little thing that I would achieve, I'd go, okay, well, I want to be able to do 30 minutes. I wanted to be able to do an hour. But literally once a month, I would sit there and I would force myself to realize what I've accomplished.
Yes.
And it's incredibly important that in any career path that you're in, to every once in a while sit down and go,
acknowledge your privilege.
Acknowledge your privilege. Acknowledge what you learned. Let's say you're an intern. Okay, you're an intern at this radio station. But hey, you know how to set up fucking microphones now. Hey, you know how to I don't know, run the things. You know how to do these things.
Position because guess what? Come with me to Syracuse to a journalism school and watch 300 kids, and out of those 300 kids, 280 of them asking you how to get internships. I bet you already got a fucking internship.
I
bet you will cherish that shit. That shit happened to me when I'm sitting in Trident Technical College because I'm thinking, okay, I got to go get a degree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm wondering why I don't have a full-time position at the first radio station I worked at, Z93. I'm like, I know I'm better than all these motherfuckers talent-wise. Why don't I have a degree? You know what I mean? Why don't I have a full-time position? Yeah. So I'm asking around, everybody, one common denominator, they all got degrees. I'm like, okay. So I go to the fucking, sign up to technical college, and I'm sitting in this, radio journalism class, whatever the fuck it was, and I'm literally like, why am I here? I have a job at the radio station already. I need to be at the radio station learning all I can about radio. I was already in a privileged position.
Right.
I was in the privileged position that those kids in that classroom wish they were in. And I guarantee you, 98% of those kids in that class still 15 years later have gotten into a privileged position in radio. They're probably sitting back. I don't know why I took that stupid ass radio class in fucking college. That shit didn't do nothing for me.
Reflection is important, man.
Privilege, acknowledging your privilege is important.
Sure, yeah.
And that's what I told the kids in Syracuse last night because one of the girls was like,
And your growth.
And growth.
And your growth, because you do grow, and if you don't acknowledge your growth, you'll... If you're a dreamer, like I'm sure you're a dreamer, I'm a dreamer, you're always looking at the future, right? You're never accepting and appreciating what you have. You're like, once you get a show on TV, you're like, well, now I want a movie. Once you get a movie, you're like, well, now I'd like to produce 5 movies. I want a deal. Yeah. We're always looking 5 years in the future.
Because the more you get up on that ladder,
the further you want to go, you see everything.
Like, oh, shit, that's going on over there. I need to be over there.
I want that. Yeah. But it is important. I don't care if it's once a month, once a week. It's important for us to sit back and for everybody to sit back and go, and look back and go, oh, shit, I made a TV show.
Yes.
Oh, shit, I made a fucking radio show. Yes. Oh, shit, we made a podcast. We took a podcast from fucking 10,000 listeners to 200,000. Like, it's important to realize what you did.
Stop taking for granted what you already have. Stop taking for granted the privilege that you motherfucking have. Like, stop it. Acknowledge it. Embrace it. It's yours.
Okay.
Stop worrying about that white privilege shit or what everybody else got. You got black privilege. You got Spanish privilege. You got motherfucking... uncircumcised privilege, whatever. Some people say that shit feel better. I'm gonna be honest.
Who? Uncircumcised people?
Yeah, everybody that got foreskin acts like it. You know what? That is a good fucking question.
Yeah,
how the fuck you know it feel better if you got a foreskin on your dick? You don't know what
Apparently it does feel better, but I don't want it to feel. I want it to feel worse. Pussy feels too good.
I want it to look better.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to
that's what we.
Fuck that feeling.
I got circumcised privilege. Yo, but how disrespectful.
Your dick looks like Joette.
Your dick looks
Google your listen. I'm not giving out this. I refuse to do it. I want y'all to see what he looks like, but I'm not doing it.
One day we're gonna have Joette on the podcast. We'll have a. Okay, I wanted to ask you this, and then we probably got to get out of here. But I was talking to this guy. He owns a Comedy Cellar. His name's Noam. He's an interesting dude. We were talking about Trump. The people are still voting for him after the grab the pussy thing. And he goes, he says this fucking interesting point. He goes, you know what? Some people don't have a choice. I go, what do you mean they don't have a choice? Everybody got a choice on who they vote. So he goes, you got to understand, certain people are one-issue voters. Like people who vote based on abortion, right? They are anti-abortion because their belief is that it is killing something and they are staunchly against it. So they actually don't have a choice to vote for Hillary because Hillary is going to make sure abortion stays legal. She's going to appoint Supreme Court justices, going to make sure it's legal. So they got to vote for Trump no matter how many pussies he grabs because they're trying to save these unborn kids. So how do you feel about the single-issue voter that's still supporting Trump? Are they an asshole for doing that, or are they being consistent with what they value?
Everybody is voting for a single issue.
What do you mean?
At the most 2.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Everybody is. There's no way you agree with everything Hillary wants to do. There's no way you agree with everything Trump wants to do. Like, it's one thing that they're talking about that makes you be like, oh, shit. Like, for me right now, I would say it's probably... I love when they talk about systemic racism. I love when they talk about, police brutality and police reform. Like, those are the issues that that perk my interest and like, oh shit. And then it's taxes. Those are the things that perk my interest. Like those are the things that made me be like, okay, yeah, I'm fucking with them.
But then you would probably end up fucking with Hillary. I'm not Hillary. You would end up fucking with Trump because they both agree that they want community policing, and Trump wants to lower taxes.
But then it goes to which one you think's gonna really do it. For me, I see Hillary out there with the mothers of the movement. Mm-hmm. Whether that's a marketing scheme or not, it's working.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's working. I'm with her on that shit.
I guess what I'm asking you is when you're voting for president.
And I want somebody that's going to continue Barack Obama's legacy.
Well, obviously Hillary.
Donald Trump is going to wipe out Barack Obama's legacy.
Sure.
Who?
Yeah,
who was president 4 years ago?
Huh? Who?
Remember that guy?
Okay, so I guess what I'm asking you is like how much is who you're voting for based on the character of that person and how much is based on the issues? Because if you're voting based on the issues, it doesn't matter if they grab pussy or not. It doesn't matter if they delete emails or not. Like these character issues between Hillary and Trump don't matter if you're voting based on issues.
The problem with Trump is this.
But you feel me on that?
Exactly what you're saying. The problem with Trump and the grabbing the pussy is deeper.
Or Hillary and the emails.
Yeah.
Both of them are character issues that have nothing to do with abortion or taxes or these types of things.
Yeah, we know she was hiding something.
Sure.
Or she could have been fucking sending dick pics around. We don't fucking, like, seriously.
Definitely wasn't sending dick pics.
We don't know,
Might be some pussies in there. Might be some pussies in there.
We don't know what she was doing. But with Donald and the grab the pussy thing, it wasn't the fact that he said, I'm going to grab her pussy.
Yeah.
It was the abuse of power that everybody was already afraid that he would do if he became president anyway. But that was already the thing with Donald. Okay. The thing was, you can't trust a guy like this with nuclear weapons. He will abuse his power. This guy said, when you're famous, they let you just grab their motherfucking
Let me ask
pussy.
You a question. Don't you want to be famous enough to get away with sexual assault?
No.
What sexual assault do you think you could get away with as a famous person?
None. Because
Charlemagne the God. None. Charlemagne the God. I want to know.
None.
You don't think you could flip a titty?
No.
I could flip a titty.
Not in 2016.
I could flip a titty if it's someone who knows me. If they don't know me, I can't flip a titty.
That's different.
But if someone comes up to me and they're like, young Hezzy, a girl, she's kind of cute, I could flip a titty.
Listen, that's not a risk I'm willing to take in 2016. Motherfucker.
I'm not saying I'm going to do it.
People are getting ruined just based off the allegations that they may have grabbed a pussy. Donald Trump's not on video actually grabbing a pussy. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump is on video saying when you're famous, they let you just grab their pussies. We ain't seen near video of Bill Cosby with sitting in a room with a girl passed the fuck out. That's just hearsay, she say. Yeah. Nate Parker had allegations he was acquitted from. Mm-hmm. Dr. Dre beat up Michelle 30 years ago. Mm-hmm. And all of that shit is coming back to haunt you. You do not... You just can't do it in 2016. It's not worth it, bro.
But
trust me, Ben Roethlisberger, it's only a matter of time for the sins of his past come back to haunt him.
Well, all he is one big injury away from being a rapist.
No. He's one big, just some type of fuck up. I'm talking about anything that remotely picks at that wound and makes it bleed just a little again, they're going to rip the whole scab off.
You think so?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
But he's got to not be able to help Pittsburgh. That's the thing. Like, as long as he can help the Steelers win, he's not a rapist. It's like we were saying about Derrick Rose. Like, if Derrick Rose plays well, he didn't rape her.
Oh, Derrick averages 20 and 7 is done.
Yeah, he didn't rape her.
Yeah. But Derrick's smart. Oh, by the way, Derrick Rose is not getting enough credit.
For how he's handling it.
Because if that was me, I would have just been like, fuck that. We're going to pay her the money. Let's get this shit over with.
We going to
Derrick's like, no, I didn't rape this girl, and I want the facts of the motherfucking case to come out.
And they're about to drop the case.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It was a risk.
Yeah.
But I like how he handles it.
Me too. And as a season ticket holder for the New York Knicks, I'd just like to say that I'm very happy that we'll have our starting point card back.
Yeah.
Because I need to, resell these tickets.
That ain't gonna stop them chants of let's go rapists. Let's go rapists.
Not at home though.
Not at home.
Not at home.
Not at home. But away?
Huh?
He's a rapist away.
No. Maybe in Chicago.
Nah, he's not a rapist in Chicago. They don't care about that.
They love him enough?
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about that.
You sure they do?
They don't care about that shit.
All right, fair enough.
But my whole thing is just simply like, no. There's no sexual assault worth it in 2016. It's too risky, bro.
Okay, here's my question. You don't think that there are certain guys... Look, I'm not saying a guy should be able to do it. That's not the argument I'm making. I just know I'm not saying a fact, but I think there are certain guys that are so popular around women that we already know women sexually assault them, right? We already know if Justin Bieber's walking down the street, girls are grabbing at his dick. They're fucking. He's at a concert. They're ripping his fucking hair out. They're grabbing his hands. They're grabbing his chest. They're grabbing his tits. The second he walks around, like they're literally sexually assaulting him if he's in public.
It's a double standard, though. Nobody cares about that.
Of course, nobody gives a fuck about that. You can be broke and unsuccessful as a woman and sexually assault a man. That's totally fine. But as a man, if you have a certain amount of fame and that woman is aware of your fame, right? You can get away with certain sexual assault.
Listen to Hezzy. Keep your motherfucking hands to yourself.
I'm not. No. I'm not advising you to do such. What I'm trying to say is, I think that there are certain, and I've asked them at my shows. I've literally asked women. I go, "Is there a guy that you really like?" And they'll be like Brad Pitt, or they'll say Tom Hardy. And I'm like, if Tom Hardy walked up to you and he just flipped your titty up, would you be upset at that? And they kind of laugh. All I'm saying is you can get famous enough to like flip a girl's titty and they'll be like, you're crazy.
Yeah, or you could be famous enough that when you flip that girl's titty, she's like, jackpot!
Jackpot!
Rape charge! This motherfucker raped me. I want $5 million. No, I want to sue him for $21 million.
For one titty flip.
Derrick Rose is going through right now, and we can settle around 5.
Nah.
Fuck no. It's not worth it, bro.
Don't do it. I'm not saying do it. I'm not advising anybody to do this thing.
Nobody's that famous to get away with this rape culture shit that's going on nowadays.
No, don't bring a rape culture.
Yeah, but that's what it is now.
Please stop it with this rape culture.
Hey, you got to be aware of it, bro.
No.
You got to be aware of it, bro.
It's just the worst term.
It's just like being in a blood neighborhood. Don't walk in there crip walking. All right? All right? That's what this rape culture thing is. You may not agree with it, but hey, they got a set.
It's just horrible.
They got a set, bro. Horrible. They got a set. They got a set, and you have to be aware of their set.
Chris freaking out right now.
Don't walk into that rape culture set, crip walking. Their blood's over there.
You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see how gay men feel about sexual assault. I'd love to speak to a gay guy because that's a dude. So on some level, he's got to understand how dudes think. So if a guy catcalls another guy, right, is that like, oh my God, how dare you talk to me like that?
That is a great example of rape culture, and I'm gonna tell you why.
What?
I told you about the time I was outside of MTV, and it was like 5 or 6 gay dudes, and I was walking, and it was like, "Ooh, Charlamagne, you thick, whatever." And I'm like, "All right," I kept it moving, and they got aggressive.
What they do?
They came around me like, you ain't gonna just walk off from that. You heard me call you cute. You can say thank you or something. So I'm like, okay, thank you. Like in that moment, I understood how a woman felt. That shit felt uncomfortable. Yeah. These motherfuckers was violating me with their bodies by circling me. Okay, I'm serious. These motherfuckers was violating me with their bodies by motherfucking circling me. And that catcalling was out of fucking control. I didn't want to be called thick in that moment. What the fuck you mean I'm thick, bro? I didn't feel like that shit.
Bro, you're thick.
And since I didn't feel like it, and I didn't give them what they wanted with their response, they felt like they could just violate my space and demand that I tell them thank you. It's rape culture, bro.
Oh, you drink coffee?
Green tea. Oh, so Paige, come here. You're on the mic, Paige.
Yeah, come on, Paige. You always talk from 4 feet away.
You don't look fat today.
You look super skinny. You look really skinny. Come on. Let's get her in a skinny angle. Paige literally hasn't eaten since someone called her Ted Cruz. It's a little bit scary.
I wouldn't sit down. You look leaner standing up.
First of all, she's wearing all black.
All black.
She has not worn another color besides all black since.
Always wear all black.
Greg, get a good angle for her. Get the light on her. Good. Okay. So what were you saying?
I was saying, imagine it happening to you in the morning before you've had your coffee. Like there are some times when I live in Stuytown, right?
So wait, let me just get this straight. You're saying after your coffee, it's okay to be sexually assaulted?
No, it's not. But just imagine you're just getting up. You just got ready. It's early in the morning. I'm on my way to the radio station. Like imagine feeling uncomfortable. And people not even saying anything, but like standing up when you walk by and just like, you can feel
being a gentleman.
Yeah, no, not being a gentleman, but you can feel them like staring, or they'll start like walking, following behind you, or some shit, and like saying something under their breath. But you can hear them saying, like, I'll pause my music, I can hear him saying something, but I'm acting like I can't hear him because I don't feel like acknowledging.
Why do you pause your music? Do you want to listen?
Because I want to know what, like, if you know what I mean. I'd rather know my surroundings. You know what I mean? If someone's following behind me to the train, like I always like
you want to hear him say, "I'm about to grab her pussy."
No, I don't want to hear that. But you know what I mean. And then as soon as he says some foul shit to his friend, or like does this thing, like
How you think that pussy is?
So you can't notify your friend to an attractive woman walking down the street?
No, you can. It's just, you can tell when, I mean, that's different. I'm obviously talking about someone who's being aggressive so much so that I can notice it or whatever. And it's a compliment to a certain degree. But like in the morning, right now I live in Sci-Town, and in the morning, right now they're covering the turf field that we have and putting an ice rink in. They do it every winter.
Yeah.
And every morning there's a bunch of construction workers outside.
Woo, the horniest motherfuckers.
But there's like 20 of them because they're laying boards down and like covering the thing. And I avoid it like the plague every morning because they do it to every single woman that walks by. You don't even have to be like an attractive woman. It's not even like yeah, I'm so hot I can't walk by.
Construction workers get a pass though.
No, I don't think so.
The only reason they get a pass because
they're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, I mean, but historically,
they're doing the Lord's
work. That is the
work.
stereotype of construction workers.
Yes.
Every movie, every TV show.
But then they perpetuate it. So don't perpetuate the stereotype.
Okay.
And I'm not, you know what I mean?
Here's my question. Who is the guy that you find more attractive than anybody in the world that you're more attracted to?
The most attractive in the world?
Yeah, you just think he's like you just want to be with him more than anybody.
You already know the answer.
Who?
Drake.
Now let's say Drake sees you, right? Let's say Drake is building an ice rink in Sci-Town, right? He's doing a little help building an ice rink.
More extreme.
Okay.
Drake is building an ice rink in my neighborhood.
Drake sees you and he feels like he's famous enough to grab your pussy.
No, not grab your pussy.
Absolutely not.
Not grab your pussy.
You wouldn't let Drake grab your pussy?
No. Don't go so far. Don't go so far.
I don't believe it.
Let's just say.
And that's what race gets tricky.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
If Paige was to tell me,
that's what I'm
I'm going to be like,
let me hear both sides of the story.
You've been lusting over Drake for years, Paige.
Okay, so
you brought this on yourself.
Grab pussy is crazy because you could not be shaved. There's a whole bunch of things you could be insecure about, right? And you could have not have washed. We don't know what happened to you the night before, right? But let's say for example, he walks up to you, right, and he touches the side of your face. He kind of grabs your cheek and neck, and then brings you and gives you a kiss on the cheek.
Without like it being warranted, like without me,
slowly walks up to you. He's making eye contact
from across
with
the room. He comes up to me.
Slowly, just grabs the side of your face like this, right, and then just gives you a little kiss on the cheek. Is that okay?
I would be on the cheek.
Yeah.
If it was like a greeting, like "Hey, how are you?" Because he like loves seeing me so much because we've encountered each other a couple of times.
Yeah.
Then
Is
sure.
that okay?
But if you came up and kissed me on the mouth unwarranted, I would be one, confused. I would think Charlamagne put him up to it, so I couldn't be super offended because I would think he probably told him to do it.
Yeah. I threw you that alley-oop.
Yeah, you better dunk that motherfucker. What the hell you doing?
It also depends on the circumstance.
Trap that man.
It also depends on the circumstance. If I'm working, I would be offended, embarrassed. Like if I'm with you, like I'm doing a job.
What if he comes up to you and just flips your tit like that? Flip it up.
That's not acceptable. Don't do that to
anybody. But what if he did it to you? Drake did it to you. Not in public. It's just you and him.
In the comfort of my apartment.
He's just like you and him. Just like you're at a club, but nobody's really paying attention. He just walks up and he goes, "Hey, what's up, Paige?"
People are always paying attention.
He goes,
to Drake.
"What's up, Paige?"
There would be a photo of it.
Fucking with the hypothetical.
If Paige was to call me and be like, "Yo, Drake flipped my titty. What should I do?" I'm like, "Yo, we gonna get this money.
We gonna get this money.
We're going to the police station right now."
It's Drake, so it would be okay with me because I would want it.
That's what I'm saying.
If you don't want it,
no.
This is what.
Now we can't get this money when he flips your titty.
No, listen. I want to make a point. I want to make one point here. The point is this. It's okay if you want it.
If you want it.
All I'm saying is you can get successful enough to where girls want you to do things to them that would be sexual assault if you weren't successful. If Drake was not Drake, he was just some random mixed race Torontonian, and he walked up to you and flipped your titty, that would be sexual assault.
You're making, Schultz. You think that, Paige cares about Drake's fans.
I care.
She likes Drake.
I do.
If I don't give a fuck about your fame,
might know that I said that.
That's the point I just made.
No, but I'm saying you could be the most famous motherfucker in the world, but if I don't give a fuck about your fame, you flipping my titty is unwarranted.
No, that's what I'm saying. It only matters if you know that person is into you for your fame.
And I'm saying but I'm also putting it out there in the universe.
That is a different thing. But is it really like if you look at Paige and let's say she's wearing a Drake t-shirt, she's still got the bottle of champagne that he bought you. She's walking around all googly eyes around fucking Drake. She's singing Controller when he walks around. If he walks up and just flips your titty up one time, lets it bounce a little bit, that's cute.
Bounce a little bit. No, I don't think it's. I'm just saying I don't think it's okay. I would be okay with it because it's Drake and I love Drake, but I'm saying I don't think that's okay for everybody. And I'm putting it out in the universe.
Okay. I'm just saying the point Donald Trump made is when you're famous, I think when he made a point that most people would actually agree with, which is when you're famous, women will allow you to do certain things to them that they do not allow
they wouldn't ever
guys
allow
who are not
anyone
famous.
to do.
Risk, bro.
No, that's true though, because I will tell you what.
I'm not saying to take the risk, but I'm saying I think that's reality.
That's true though, because I've been on a tour bus where I've seen, like, in college I used to interview artists, and a lot of times they'd be like, all right, let's go on the tour bus, we'll sit, like, you get 10 minutes, that's it, whatever. I remember I interviewed MGK. And I'm sitting on the tour bus, and I have my videographer with me, and they were actually like, no cameras, whatever. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll record on my phone. I'm interviewing MGK. People start filtering on the bus, girls, whatever. They ID the girls to get on the bus. These girls are, and I know some of them because I'm at Penn State.
Yeah.
And these girls are letting these guys do things to them
like
that
what?
I won't even repeat.
Please
but I
repeat.
was just like, I know you. I know you're not about that life, but
Repeat.
you're
What do you mean?
letting
Like
it.
what? Just tell
I
me one.
watched
Just tell
a
me
girl
one.
I know get fucked on the sink of the tour bus in public in front of people. And I had to
And
leave.
we talk about grabbing pussies.
Who was the artist?
And we talk
It
about
was
grabbing
MGK, but he wasn't the one fucking. It was one of his, like,
That's
goons.
consensual sex, though.
And that's the other thing. It's like, you're
when
not even
you're
letting the famous
successful,
person.
it's consensual. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, it's not.
Yes, to certain people.
She must
To
have gave
certain
consent another way.
people.
I hope she did. But what I'm saying is, women will put themselves in positions they would never find themselves in for famous people. So you're right to an extent. Doesn't make it okay? No, absolutely not.
I think that if you're famous, you should still ask for
Look at
consent.
Chris's face. Can you look at Chris's face?
Rape.
Get Greg.
Rape. Okay. All right, listen. As always, if you listen to this podcast, you think we're brilliant, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you're absolutely right. If you listen to this podcast and you think we're just a couple of idiots who don't know shit and we talk about rape and race too much, you're right too. Because this is the Brilliant Idiots Rapey Racist Podcast.